The progress of Josh Bateman. Here he does all right for himself, Josh. That's for sure. And also, guy that took our eye, I think it was Jay Nanscoren earlier in the year, ran that forward line, pretty busy player. So they're just a few from the Dandenong Stingrays, and they're not on their home ground today. This is sort of a one-off game, isn't it, down at Frankston?
Yeah, I think the Stingers may have played another game here utilising this ground as well.
So Gippsland Power, they've put in a fairly young side this year and got quite a few bottom ages as well. And Callum McEwen, who, geez, a good little busy, hard in and under player. Like to see his progress because he caught our eye last year, that's for sure. Little Irving Mosquito, of course.
He can be a pest at times.
That's right, buzzing around that forward line. He's definitely got a bit of talent. And we've got a couple of first 16-year-old. I'm not sure if it's their first game, but they're 16-year-olds in Sam Flanders, who we're calling Ned, even if it's not his nickname. He's playing his first, he's a 16-year-old, so is Caleb Sarong as well. Not sure if Brock Smith's in the side either, but keep an eye out for that as well. So, yeah, both these teams, you'd be favouring Stingrays today, Crooksy, or who do you follow?
I've gone for the Stingrays. They're currently on the...
We're losing hats, and I think we'll lose a lot more by the end of the day.
I'm glad
Pete's got the old electrical tape out to tape everything down possible. I ran out of sticky tape for our team sheets. There's no more sticky tape.
It's we're going to do our very level best, the TAC Cup Radio family, but we have been in better situations. It's not the easiest.
If it rains, we're throwing our hands up in the air.
If it starts raining, you can all read about it in the paper tomorrow. Dandenong are currently first, second, third, fourth, fifth on the ladder, 9 wins and 4 losses, and the Gippy Power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're in 9th position, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 8th position on 4 wins and 9 losses. So if the Gippy Power could pull out a win, and I think if you go through the fixture, they've been one of the unluckier teams this year.
Yeah, they've played really well at times.
And just got pipped a few times, right on the death knock. So, and as one thing we have learnt over the time, Rick, Gippy Power never say die. They're always in the game. Always,
yeah, fantastic club, really, overall. And yeah, they do have a genuine crack. So, looking forward to that. And Ryan Hinkle, 200 centimetres, tall ruckman type with same size as DeConning, but you'd expect him to have an advantage in the ruck.
All right, we're going to take our first break. The umpires are out on the ground. It is bathed in sunshine, and the sun's shining on Port Phillip Bay over to the starboard side, Rick, or the port side. And it's just idyllic. It's just a little bit windy. We'll be back on the other side of this. Welcome back to Frankston Oval. The Dandenong Stingrays are out on the ground, as well as the Gippsland Power. The two captains are going in to toss the coin. You just pick up the captains, Rick, today for the two teams?
Yes, they're just coming together as we speak. That coin, that's Josh Bateman, who'll captain Dandenong Stingrays, and
Aidan Quigley.
Yeah, Aidan Quigley for the Power. So
I know which way I'd kick.
They'll definitely go the breeze, and you can tell even with the coin toss.
Well, Gippsland, they're all over it.
So Quigley will kick to the, what end's that, Crooksy? It's away from the bay, the other end.
That'll be the eastern end.
Eastern end.
I would
or
suggest.
You've got the bay end, which is into a strong breeze today. And it's also a difficult breeze because it's going to the, the grandstand pocket. Those who watch the game at the grandstand, around that 40 metre marks where the wind's blowing towards that direction. So I don't know what you call that, just an easterly, Crooksy.
Yeah, northeasterly.
Northeasterly.
I would suggest.
Which is an unusual wind, really. It's coming straight off the bay.
Alrighty. Teams are coming both in tight huddles. We've got good to see two teams in traditional strip, Rick.
Yeah, and you can tell them easily apart with the yellow and black of the Stingrays, and of course the red, white and blue of Gippsland. Quite good jumpers as well.
They have, and Gippsland wearing the white nicks.
Yep.
I like that too. I like it, but we've got black nicks and white nicks. There's just get a little bit of football tradition. I love it.
No doubt about it.
Easy to tell apart. Now, if I can just get them all to pull their socks up, I'll have stepped back 30 years in time. I still go by, Ron Barassi used to say, if you can't be a footballer, at least look like one.
Exactly.
And get rid of these white boots and orange boots. Get your black boots on.
You don't like any of that?
Look, it just doesn't hurt.
Daniel Wells wears real black boots these days, so it looks a bit odd now. With,
the odd one out.
Yeah, you definitely are.
Rylan Hinkle in the middle there, Rick. He's a
big lad. He's 200. What is he? 190.
200 centimetres.
200 centimetres. He's up against. I'll just pick up the other ruckman.
Round 14 action. It's the Stingrays and the Power. Take it away, Rick.
Up they go. Neither player got that, and players went without it. Now it's a handball into space, and there's Quigley with the kick out, getting it down towards half forward. Ball is lost out of that little passage. Running in and out of trouble now. Hodge gets it, boots it down towards full forward. It goes over the top. It's rolling towards goal. Can they get a tip, little toe poke? No, they couldn't. There's a behind there. And Dandenong will kick out. And we'll see if they go to the defensive side, because I'd be instructing that they come to this grandstand. But it looks like they're looking for the other option, the attacking side. A lot of distance in the kick. The wind just swirled and brought it back. Now it's back in Gippsland Power's possession, and they'll have a shot on goal. Long ball from McGannon, and the wind just carries it out. And it actually bounced just beside the behind post and flicked into it. And we'll have a throw in just in front of the goals there. Gippsland attacking so far with this strong breeze. It's at least a 5 or 6 goal breeze here. So you'd want to be on the mark if you've got the wind. Out goes McEwen. They'll try and get a snap towards goal. Kick down towards the full forward. Juggling attempt. In and out of trouble. Good defensive play by the Stingrays. Just holding up Gippsland for that moment. And a hurried kick towards the boundary line. They might be able to carry it on. And over they go. And there'll be a throw in. We're about 40 out. And Gippsland attacking. Tough work for the boundary umpires throwing it into this breeze today too. That ball went about halfway, but there was a decision off the play. Ooh. And the umpire's either calling them in to have a word or just trying to hold up play for the moment. But I don't think that free kick would have been beneficial to any part. So, no, it's been paid to Gippsland.
It was against Riley Darcy for a bit of high contact up on centre wing. And now the ruckman has taken the resultant free kick.
We're right behind. He's got to go way left to right, and he comes in, and he goes way left and brings it back right. Excellent kick from the big ruckman, and Henkel puts him on the board, 200 centimetres, and he made no mistake of that one. Nice little draw to the right, and that is Gippsland's first goal. They move on to 1-goal, 1-7 with this strong breeze. And the Stingrays are yet to score. We're 2 minutes 45 into this first quarter on the NG scoreboard.
And the Technica time clock, Rick.
Of course.
And the NG, proud sponsors of the Gippsland Power, also doing our scoreboard today.
Ball back in the middle. Stingrays got the tap. Dispossessed there was Hogan. Umpire waves the arms, calls play on. Fighting in after it, Williams. And then the ball's wrapped up. Darcy sitting on top of it, and eventually the umpire is going to come in and say, give it to me, I'll ball it up. Broadcast side of the centre circle, which is covered in the muddy section of the ground. Kick forward from Plumridge, bounces it centre half forward for the Stingrays. Gippsland left it behind, Loden with work to do. Got the handball back inboard, and a long driving ball inside attacking 50 for Gippsland. Rolls back over the boundary line and out of play in front of Arthurson.
I'll call it early, boys. You've got to go left with the wind. Or else the ball's just going to carry straight over that right-hand boundary.
Right into the forward pocket.
Boundary umpire sends it back into play, falls short, and everyone had to wait for it. Gippsland with the numbers around the footy. Kick from Hodge, centering ball, high ball, top of that goal square, almost a mark, not completed. Stingrays with the numbers in defence. A low driving ball ends up now in the hands of Clark. Sends the handball over the top. They're on the half-back flank outer side. The Stingrays. Nanscorn got claimed on centre wing outer side. The umpire's going to say, give it to me, I'll ball it up. In front of the social club rooms, underneath the coaches' boxes. On the outer side here at Frankston Oval. Umpire gets it back underway. Slapping it down there was Williams. Kick smothered. Tracking it back there, Dersma. Stingrays with the footy. Allen got caught. Umpire calls play on. Williams flicked the handball over the top there to Darcy. Now they move it towards the top of the 50, just over the head there of De Koning. Comes out the back. Just trying to work it backwards. Beck now for Gippsland. Feeds the handball inboard. Dersma. High ball towards centre half forward for the Power. They get crunched. Ball comes out the back of the pack. Chasing it there is DeWitt. Sends the ball back inboard but had no support. Power with the numbers again. Hodge dances his way around traffic. Wobbly one towards the half forward flank on the broadcast side. Stingrays with all the numbers. The handball comes the way of Plumridge. He got dumped. Umpire calls play on again. Power through Beck. High ball back inside attacking 50. Almost the mark. Not completed again. Handball sent backwards to Quigley. Quigley chip over the top. They've got a man out here. And taking the mark is Kim Drew.
Is this a gettable one, Rick?
It is, but it'll also go into the breeze because he's got to cut into that breeze and bring it back to the right. So that's not really favouring him from this angle. Take a good kick.
Kim Drew will have to kick it just inside the 50-metre arc. Puts it on its way. It's going to fall at the top of the goal square. Pack flies. No one able to bring it down. Crummer puts it around his body. It floats into the pocket thanks to the wind. Handball back there to Hodge.
No 15.
For a minor score.
Ooh, seen worse. Seen worse, umpire. I tell you what, the umpires haven't been forgiving in the first 10 minutes.
No, they've let a bit go.
Whistle's blown away.
So Dandy will kick out from full back and drive, or a bit of a wobbler towards the 50. They gained a bit of ground with that kick out, and far side of the ground. Social club side, Quigley picks it up for the Power, drives it back towards half forward, little push forward, no clear possession. Now they get it out, Dandenong, and a grubber attempt along the wing. Just can't get away with it. Good defence by Gippsland, getting the numbers back. A little kick out of the troubles there by Munns. Gets it to centre half forward. They work it out to Hodge, who's been busy early. He drives towards goal and puts it through. Goal umpire doesn't move, and he puts it through for their second of the day. 2-2-14 to no score. Power lead on the NG scoreboard. We're 7 minutes into this first quarter on the Technica time clock.
Hodge that time, Rick, just gave you a great indication of the wind. He was 48 metres out, kicked off one step and did it with absolute ease. And he called it a goal himself with that little fist pump.
Yeah.
Just after it left his boot.
And that's the right position to be kicking for goal from,
Yep.
because it'll carry it right and it'll still be behind it with the force. They get it out wide just in front of the commentary box and it'll go out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in at almost half forward for the Gippsland Power.
So the umpire to send it back into play. Power doing all the attacking with the breeze at the moment here at Frankston Oval. Ball back into play. Bobbles around. DeConing couldn't take a clean possession of it. Wraps his opponent up. Back on the deck. Hodge again involved. Ball spills out. Porter chasing after it. Puts it inside attacking 50 for the Power. Waiting out the back and collecting it. Turning around, not under a heap of pressure there, Henness. But didn't factor in the wind.
Started right and went further right.
And it's gone over into the park too.
It is a difficult kick, that one across. It's not really a hook around the body, but it's a difficult kick.
It's a fade.
Yeah, he's kicking with a bit of a right to left around his body there, but probably should have done better than that.
I like Gippsland's movement into the forward line, Rick. It might not. It's, you know, Dandenong are trying to keep them over this side of the ground, but they're up and about. What do you think's a par score?
I think they've got to get 5 or 6.
Yeah, so do
Definitely, and try and hold Dandy goalless. And they kick long from the back line, all held up in the breeze. Hodge again in everything, especially around the packs, but he got caught well that time. And a good tackle by Davies. He's at half back. Now, I'd be suggesting to come to this side of the ground first, then work it through the middle. He does that and kicks towards centre wing. It floats through the air. They bring it to ground. All players merge on top of it, and there'll be a ball up just in front of the commentary box again. Grandstand side, we expect a bit of the play over here today. With that breeze, little handball out of the pack. They get caught up, get it out. Little kick out. That was well done by Freeman, but ball just carried in that wind, and we'll have a free kick out of bounds to Leslie. Will Leslie?
So Leslie, Power go towards centre wing. Broadcast side. In it again, there's Porter. Ball fed out, but it was DeConing that puts it towards centre half forward for the Stingrays. Power again with the numbers, but they can't get it away clean by hand. And it's intercepted here by Huswaite. Takes a bounce, runs inside attacking 50 for the Stingrays. A low kick has got it. Huswaite, Campbell Huswaite there with the intercept on the half forward flank. And then the low ball just snuck it through. And the Stingrays get there first.
I think also the ball didn't turn the way it should do. There was a bit of a helicopter.
to his advantage.
And just was able to hold up in that breeze nicely. He kept it low, and it was a great run. He really took him on there.
I'm happy to nominate that for an AFL Draft Central goal of the day, regardless.
Fantastic effort that time by Huswaite. Up they go, and getting it down, or they got it out nicely. Dandenong got a runner in Murphy. He got caught. Gives it out to Clark. Hunter Clark gets it to centre half forward. Up they go, all crashing through they come. Huswaite with a hand out to Hunter Clark, who followed up and wobbled it forward and hits the post. That would have been a handy one for Dandy anyway. And that ball very difficult to kick to that base side into that breeze. And another behind, 117 to 2-2-14. And Dandy doing the attacking at the minute. Big fist away, centre half forward. They get it again. Underneath it, Huswaite gives off the handball. Little one out to Young. Young goes wide. He's got a runner in Plumridge. He'll have a shot to goal. He gets it back, the wing carrying it away right to the left-hand side. It's in that pocket, just in front of the church there. We've got a church in the grounds, Crooksy.
We have. I'll work on that.
Just outside it. So they'll ball it in. Tap to the front. We'll have another attempt here, Dandenong. Couple of handballs out. Now they get it out to Clark. We'll have a shot on goal, and it's gone left again, that time through Murphy. Tom Murphy getting involved. Good player for Dandenong. And that'll be out in the full. But chewing up necessary time here, Matt. Dandenong keeping it in their forward line at the moment.
Definitely been able to stem the flow after the first 10 minutes or so. The three of them flew there, not a heap of talk. Power under pressure on defensive 50. Davis is held up. The umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
Neither coaches would be happy. 3 Dandenong players flew together. Where was their opponents?
Yep.
Ball straight to the deck. Losing it there was Hogan. Has to burrow back in after it. The umpire's going to come in again and sort it out. Corner of the centre square broadcast side favouring the Stingrays. They're kicking into the breeze in this first term. Ruckman missed it. Clearing kick from Dersma. Goes in towards the middle. Nice mark taken though by the Stingrays. And that's Hamill.
That was a contender, Crooksy, that mark.
Fed the handball off to Plum Ridge.
That was for the
footyprofit.com
mark of the day. And that was Hamill.
Was Stingrays go towards the outer side. Ball went past Allen. We'll get a boundary throw in between centre wing and half forward outer side for the Stingrays. There 117. Power 2-2-14 on the NG scoreboard. We've gone 14 minutes in the first term on the Technica time clock as the umpire sends the ball back into play. Williams got a hand to it. Tried to feed the handball out, just bobbling around from the throw-in contest. The umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. They go again. Tap down from Hancock. Ball, though, back inside attacking 50 for the Stingrays. Don't get a mark. Waiting out the back, though, was Huswaite. Dribbles it through. 2 goals for Huswaite. And they're only a point down now, the Stingrays. 2-1-13 to 2-2-14 on the NG scoreboard.
Would Campbell be offended if we called him Megan? She's quite famous, Megan Huswaite.
Yeah,
Megsy, we'll call him Megsy Huswaite.
Other side of the earth, she's more the western.
Yeah, she's a Ballarat girl, Megsy.
Megan.
But he's been very good on the ground so far.
I want to clone him at the moment. 2 goals into the breeze by a forward. That's a magnificent effort with this breeze, and they're only a point behind, so Power will have to get on their bike. Tap down. Over the top it goes. Danny with most of the play of late. They get it forward slightly there, Gippsland, and underneath it, Flanders of the Ned variety, and he'll get up last, the 16-year-old. Sam Flanders. Up they go. Bailey gets it down. Can't break away. Oh, it was a bit of a high tackle to ZJ.
Oh.
Play on's a call and hooked around the corner that time by Beck, getting it to centre half forward for Gippsland. Ball spoiled. Oh, McEwen goes in. Beautiful play, but got caught as he went with it. And there'll be a ball up where it's centre half forward, about 50 out. And Gippsland attacking with the strong breeze. Underneath it. There goes Williams. They get it bound towards the goal square and thumped over the line. Through for behind. And Gippsland 2-3-15. Lead Dandenong 2-1-13. That's on the NG scoreboard. 16 minutes in the first quarter on the Technica time clock. A kick in by Dandenong. They'll go to that outer side. And the ball carries. It seems to be carrying over that side. And a couple of handballs into a dangerous spot now because they're in centre forward, and a kick out of mid-air almost. That wind just carried it right over the line as he was crunched as he kicked it. That player there was another 16-year-old in Caleb Sarong.
We've got a bit of mail on Caleb. Goes all right.
Handy little cricketer too, I hear. kick out along the line. This will go out in the full. Oh, it wobbled late, but went out of bounds.
I don't want to be technical on you, but that's 50 metres as well.
Because he didn't try to stop the ball?
No, it was over the line and he punched it away. That's what happened to the GWS at the MCG last week.
Okay, so this is Brock Smith, another 16-year-old comes into the team, and he'll kick towards that dead pocket. Juggling attempt around the shoulder.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, we've had a great shot on goal that time by Bodie Motton, and that looked close. Through for a behind, so 2-4 plays 2-1 here at Frankston Oval. And Dandenong again to attack from that far side. They go back. Players not worried, and DeWitt gets it on the bounce. He'll kick on that left. He keeps it very low, just in front, but overrun it they do. Little handball that time by Patterson. Gets it out. No one picked it up. Patterson goes back in, and he had support through Motton. They'll kick down towards the forward line, but again over the top and through from behind.
Had a few opportunities. Power.
They have. And DeWitt will kick long and thump forward. That was an awkward play, but they did well. It was effective. Quigley on the left, but kicks it straight into the hands of DeWitt. He'll play on. He's got a man there if it reaches him. It was beautifully weighted kick, but the ball wasn't taken. Out of bounds it goes. We're 65 out from the Gippsland Power goal. It was a dangerous play that. Just didn't really have anyone free, but the kick was well weighted. Just needed the mark taken. They'll throw it in. Down the front, finds McEwen on the left. Kicks it down towards full forward. Hangs in the air. They jump on it. Can't quite break away that time, and Dersma was caught. And the tackler, that was great play by DeWitt, who's in all the play at the minute. He'll look to play on to that outer side. And he's got a player deep in the pocket. Frampton. And goes wide, out in the full.
He's come alive in this quarter, Rick.
Frampton comes alive, that's good, Crooksy, I like it. Up they go, overcooks the kick, but it's in a dangerous spot here. Dandy will have to kick it under pressure. Good tackling, they're keeping it in the forwards of the Power, and there'll be a ball up. We're 35 out from goal, directly in front at the moment. Got about 20 players around this ball up. Up they go. Tap to the front. They can't break away. Oh, this is a dangerous position. He gets a shot on goal. Around on the left. That was a great snap by Hennis.
No, touched.
Touched off the boot, it was called, but it definitely went through the goals. And well spotted, Matt. Touched off the boot in a congested area. And they'll play on again through DeWitt and kick to the outer side.
High ball to a congested area. Stingrays at the fall of the footy. Kick it in towards the corridor. Power, though, take the mark, and they'll send it back inside attacking 50. Long ball. Pack collides. Ball to the deck. Hodge chasing after it. Can't extract it. Ball dribbles out of the contest, getting pushed towards the boundary line on the broadcast side. Stingrays keep it in play. High ball sitting underneath it though. McGannon couldn't take the mark. And now the Stingrays with an opportunity off half back. Taylor takes two bounces and runs to centre wing. Puts the ball up towards the half forward flank on the broadcast side. Comes off hands and over the boundary line and out of play. 21 minutes gone in the first term on the Technica time clock. 2-6-18 plays 2-1-13 on the NG scoreboard. Power in front, but haven't used the advantage of the wind in this term. Stingrays have done well. Porter, high ball back towards the flank, although sitting underneath it was Davies. Looks to switch the ball. It's a wobbly one off the boot. Beck waits for it to bounce. Series of handballs over the top. Carroll, low one inside attacking 50.
Have a shot, have a shot.
He's in the protected area too. On, is it Dersma that's got the ball in hand?
He'll kick from about 40 metres probably.
With the wind behind the ball,
It's across the face.
And through for a minor score.
Dersma.
So the Power moved to 2-7-19. Stingrays 2-1-13. 22 gone on the Technica time clock, and those scores were on the NG scoreboard.
Bateman gets it out at half-back, a nicely weighted kick out in front of Allen. Allen's right on the 50-metre defensive side, just weighing up his options. Kicks to the wing. Up goes to Coning. Oh, pulls in a ripper, and that's a definite contender for the footyprofit.com mark of the day. That is for sure. Got a player down in the background, McGannon. Goes towards the centre square. Dandenong trying to get something out of it. McEwen off the ground, goes towards the centre. Dandenong will clear this time and dribble it forward, but McEwen gets it again. He's a nuggly little type. Runs into trouble, gets caught up. The umpire will give him the benefit of the doubt. And they'll ball it up just on the centre square at centre half forward. And a group of players around it. DeConing over the back beautifully to Hunter Clark. Ball was partially smothered. Gets it towards centre half forward. They've got numbers here, Dandenong. They can hold it up for a moment and try and work it clear, and the ball up will occur, I believe, at centre half forward. 40 metres out, Dandenong attacking. Got a player here getting carried off.
Yeah, in a lot of trouble, the lower left leg.
All right.
And he's in a lot of pain.
Getting carried off by the trainers. Hopefully not too serious. Goes towards Huthwaite. He gets driven into the ground. The umpire will let it go, and he'll pull it up 48 out from the Dandenong goal. Got a problem underneath us here with McGannon getting carried off. Definitely looks a leg. Anyway, they work it forward. Handball out. They can't break away here, the Power. Good defensive play by the Stingrays to hold them up. And there'll be a ball up at centre half forward.
Approaching quarter time here at Frankston Oval. And here's another opportunity, but it's gone straight out on the full. So free kick to go the way of Quigley in the back pocket out of side for the Power. They're 2-7-19. Dandenong 2-1-13 on the NG scoreboard. 24.5 minutes into the first term on the Technica time clock. Quigley looks to bring the ball back into play. Goes down along the boundary side. On the outer side. DeConning couldn't take the mark. Ball on the deck in dispute. The umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
He has got a genuine leap, hasn't he, DeConing? Really leaps high. That attempt there, but that almost mark of the day earlier, which now Hunter Clark gets it and drives it towards full forward. Gippsland get back, and they should be able to clear here this time through Smith. Brock Smith goes through the middle. Up they go. It beats all comers. Can't quite gather it. There goes Dersma. Couldn't get it again. Oh, ferocious on the ball was Taylor, but he got tackled. Running into trouble was Arthurson. They'll ping him here. And the umpire's reluctant to pay holding the ball today because he spun out of trouble and went back in. There was a genuine holding the ball in my book. They'll ball it up underneath us here. Allen gets it, gets caught, and there'll be a ball up.
Just the attacking side of the broadcast wing for the Power. Scrappy stuff at the moment. We'll get another ball up. Third one in a row in this area. 26 minutes into the first term on the Technica time clock. Finally, the clearing kick there from Clark. Puts it up high towards centre half forward. No one could claim it. Young chasing after it. Leslie there as well. He sees the ball over the boundary line and out of play right in front of our broadcast position here at Frankston Oval. The old grandstand. The umpire to throw it back into play. Ruckman go at it. DeConing tapped it down. Hogan chasing after it though for the Power. Nanscoren fed the handball out. His teammate got collected. Umpire says play on. Pressure there applied from Flanders. The umpire says going nowhere, and I'll ball it up again.
I'm impressed with Hunter Clark this first quarter, Rick.
Yeah, he's a good player, Clark, and got picked in the academy tryouts.
Yep.
Ball now at centre half forward for the Stingrays. Just trying to shovel it out of the back of the pack. Eventually the power through Porter, go towards centre half forward, bouncing ball. Handball given off by Dersma. They go inside attacking 50, no one home. And the mark's taken by the Stingrays. That was Frampton. His kick into the pocket. Under no pressure out there was Bateman. He goes towards the wing. But the ball was touched and will go get a boundary throw in. Out aside here at Frankston Oval.
They'll ball it up to Koning. Will be one ruckman. He's up against the big fella in Henkel. Ball favours to Koning. Gets it down the front. Bit of a wild ball. No 15 metres. Bit of volleyball going on. They'll try and work it out of this congested area. And holding the ball's finally been paid here. And a good tackle rewarded. And DeWitt, who's in everything in this first quarter, playing a solid role at full back, gets it long, out of sight of the ground. Gippsland trying to work it back inboard. Took the risk and picked up by Leslie. Can't get away. Couple of handballs. Out the back door it goes. Dandenong attacking down to the full forward spot. One-on-one. And the siren goes. And a good collision there. Attacking the ball. And I'd say that's a win to Dandenong. 2-1-13. They trail the Gippsland Power 2-7-19 in this first quarter at Frankston City Oval.
The goal kickers for the Stingrays, Campbell, Meggsy, Huswaite has 2. And for the Gippy Power, 1 to Austin Hodge and 1 to Rylan Henkel. As a little bit of cloud cover over the ground at the moment. A little bit dark and still extremely windy. We will take a break and be back on the other side of this to discuss first quarter action here on the round 14 match of the day, Dandenong versus Gippsland. Welcome back to Frankston Oval. Dark, bit a few clouds and some serious weather in Melbourne, and I can tell you from a couple of hardened punters, Caulfield races have been abandoned, but not TAC Cup football. We're tougher than that. We're just
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet. We're just forging on. Just on the face of it, I think it's 10 scoring shots to 3, which is probably a good break-up for a win that you're kicking with. But to only lead by the 6 points or 1 goal, I think Dandenong would be pretty happy in their huddle.
Yeah, I think it was not so much bad kicking, but the kicks went over the top and wide, and they just didn't tumble it well enough and direct it in the right areas, Gippsland. But they definitely didn't have any set shots that were missing. It was more just the ball going over the top and running through from behind. So they've just got to remember that and use it a bit better when they get the wind in that third quarter there, Gippsland. But no, to Dandenong's credit, they were fantastic, holding up play at the right times. When they got it into the forward line in that forward 50, they locked it in for periods of time. They didn't let them bounce it straight back out, and that was the difference. Just, you know, crucial time wasting there in their forward 50. And when they got it forward, they actually scored when they got it deep enough.
And they probably could have been another goal, or had another goal and been in potentially in front. They had a few more opportunities that just went missing, unfortunately for them. But hopefully they'll make the most of it in this second term and learn from the mistakes that Gippsland made going forward.
As we always say, you've got to wait for the second innings. You know, both teams have got to have a bat. So let's just see what Gippsland can do. But I think, Rick, you picked it very early. You need to come down this grandstand side of the ground, or the southern side of the ground, just to eliminate or lessen the percentage of scoring with the wind. But certainly if you come down that new social club side, that seems to be the area where you'll be able to kick them.
Yeah, it's you could see the couple of times they did kick it from that end. They were in a great position, and one or two goals were scored from that position. So, or one goal was anyway. Just makes the kick easier over the shoulder like that.
Players that stood out for me in that first quarter for Dandenong, we know about Hunter Clark before we get here, but he was very good. Has a nice tenacious style about his footy. Huswaite, obviously very good at ground level, up forward for them, was excellent. And Mason DeWitt, who was not a bad job to have, being the Rock of Gibraltar. When the balls, there's plenty of traffic, there's no shortage of supply coming down.
He's getting a bit of distance with his kicks into the breeze as well. So I know we mention in the breeze probably too much, but it is such an influence on the game at the moment. Whoever uses it the best to win this game.
And for the Gippy Power, I thought their skipper, Aidan Quigley, was good. Sort of set the standard pretty early. Bailey Beck, he did a good job as well, driving off half back and through midfield. All right, second quarter action, round 14. It's the Stingrays trailing by 6 points. Take it away, Rick.
Up they go. DeConing with a huge leap, gets it out, but Quigley was onto it, and the Power go forward. Ball held up beautifully, but a nice juggling mark out in front to Drew. He's at half forward. He's told he's got to go. He gets caught, gives off the handball to Dersma, gets it back, but he's in trouble. Dandenong all over him at the moment, and they'll have a ball up. So good start to the quarter there by the Power, but Dandenong did well to repel that attack.
Too keen to play on there, Drew.
Yeah,
took the good mark, just needed to settle it a bit.
And now Bateman with the left, kicks it, but was off balance, and the ball comes back, and this will be Motton kicks long, and they overrun it. Ball out of defence now. Couple of handballs. They'll get it away. Little beautiful tap over the top, and with the hand, Dandenong bring it clear, and the kick down by Murphy goes very long, and Huswaite with the reach gets it out right on the boundary line. He'll go on the left. Awkward kick, but effective, up towards the full forward zone. Here comes Hunter Clark, bursting through the pack and kicks a goal. Read it well, tapped it to his advantage, and was able to run onto the goal square and kick the goal. Nice kick in setting that up too by Campbell Huswaite. And that is a goal, and they've hit the front or drawn already, 3-1-19 to 2-7-19. And that is on the NG scoreboard. We're 1.5 minutes into this second quarter on the Technica time clock.
That's definitely the start that Dandenong would have been looking for.
Beautiful passage of play.
Now, we'll keep an eye, Matt, on this leap by DeConning. He gets the tap out again, and Cotter's all tied up, and there'll be another ball up. He's got a huge leap.
Certainly does, whether it's in a ruck contest or a marking contest. He can do it all. DeConning. That'll be Gippsland. Kick smothered from Quigley. Back on the deck in dispute. And applying the tackle is Drew. DeConning out the back. Feeds the handball to Clark, who got it further afield. The kick just over the head there of Lockie Young. The ball goes over the boundary line and out of play. Centre wing out of side underneath the NG scoreboard that reads 3-1-19 to 2-7-19.
Thanks to Kate Mitchell, Matty McGannon is going to hospital for x-rays on his ankle.
Good on you, Katie.
It's not a good...
Not a good sign, but it did look serious to the broadcast.
Back underway. Gippsland again. Quigley just ducked. Got through nicely. Puts the ball up towards the half-forward flank. Outer side for the power. Can't take it cleanly. Dersma came in but left it behind, and the Stingrays are able to repel. Ball bouncing. Darcy collects and then have to apply the tackle because he lost it. And the umpires come in and said there's a hold and a free kick.
We won't say too much, but there was a little bit going on in that little passage of play there. Player,
we'll let the
went
pitchers
to
tell the story, Rick.
Exactly. And Gippsland out of side, they'll kick long over the back. Oh, huge leap. And he got the mark there, juggling attempt almost in the end. And that looked like out there Freeman. He'll kick it long towards half forward. Up they go, overcooks it, and judging it nicely there. That looks like Masterson. He's nice in the air. He kicks long to Dersma. Good spoil, but well roved there by Bindley. All tied up here at centre wing, out of side. And there'll be a ball up.
Underneath the NG scoreboard, 3-1-19 to 2-7-19. All level here at Frankston Oval. 4 minutes into the second term on the Technica time clock. Ball bobbling around again. And eventually the umpire should come in and ball it up. He does. Attacking side of the outer wing, favouring the power, kicking into the breeze in this second term. Back underway. Conning got the tap down. Power again with all the numbers. Porter fed it out. Turned over. DeWitt. High ball towards centre wing. Comes off hands. Hope. Has to go back in after it. Darcy applies the tackle. Power with the footy. High ball back towards half forwards. Bit of tennis at the moment. Ping pong. Finally the power get it. Dersma looks to bring it to the broadcast side. Carroll just over his head. Now an opportunity for Plumridge. He's just too late to it, and it's stolen here by Madison. Madison goes inside attacking. 50 for the power. It was cut off. Ball dribbles over the boundary line and out of play.
Yeah, Masterson doing well at half back here. He's good in the air and a mobile player. 192 centimetres as well. They'll ball it in. To the front it goes. Tap down the front that time by Munns. They get it out now, Dandenong, and kick towards the commentary box. Oh, strong use of the body by Riley Darcy. Takes the mark and kicks it up. Just lobs it up in front of DeConning. Over the back it goes. They'll have a shot on goal. Nanscowan. He'll go left to right, and it just straightens up beautifully.
Nice goal.
Really clever kick. Didn't have to do much with that breeze from that angle, and through for a goal. And just a clean passage of play. Nice mark here to Darcy. Set up that play. 4-1-25 to 2-7-19. Stingrays lead by a goal here in the second quarter. And we'll just check that Technica time clock in one moment.
Just around the grounds, early doors second quarter at Box Hill City Oval, and it is all tied up. Eastern Rangers and Northern Knights 3-4-22 up piece.
And in the AFL, North Melbourne 40, Melbourne 40 at quarter time.
40 plays 40.
It might be earlier or later in the game. It's probably later, I'd say, half time. Or
I'll check that out. Leave it with me.
now Henkel has it in the middle.
Almost half time, 40 apiece.
Henkel drives it towards centre half forward. Oh, well ridden there by Hunter. Clark is just doing a great job at the moment. Centre half back, class player, gets it down towards half forward. Intercepted that time by Patterson. Couldn't quite hang on to it. Taken away by Lockie Young. In towards half forward. Over the back it goes. Trying to defend grimly. There's a free kick paid here. And it could go to Koning, who ended up on the ground. Might have been slung onto the ground. And it seems a bit of a waste because he was out of... Didn't seem to be in the play at that stage. And De Koning's going to get a free one here. Right in front of goal. He's only 40 out. And you would aim to that left goal post.
Is this their first set
Not
shot?
Not too far. It could be. You're right there, Matt. And De Koning comes in left to right.
Oh, look at that.
Brings it back just in time.
Lovely.
And through for a goal. Dandenong get away to a nice lead. 5-1, 31 to 2-7, 19 on the NG scoreboard. We are 7 minutes 45 into this second quarter on the Technica time clock.
Early on, Rick, but in the first 7 minutes of this quarter, you can see how Dandenong are setting themselves up for better shots at goal, and it's showing on the scoreboard 5-1 to 2-7.
Tumbling better into the right spots to give the forwards an opportunity to contest. They're good in the air. They've got some high leaping forwards. There they go again. Hunter Clark everywhere. Gets on the left and drives it towards half forward. Over the back it goes. Nanscowan will get it down towards centre half forward. They're in the right spot again. And a nicely weighted kick to Hope. And Darcy Hope takes the grab at centre half forward.
Well called, Rick. That's well described as nicely weighted.
He didn't rush it. He just measured the kick. And the player was at the back of the other player and just had it
put
perfectly.
It to his advantage. And there's always a tendency that with the wind just belt the tripe out of it.
Which is what the Power did in the first term.
Now Darcy Hope comes in. Just a tiny bit left to right. No, he didn't allow enough. And through for a behind. And you just got to allow that left to right. No doubt about it. And we've got 32 plays 19, 9 minutes in.
Power bring the ball back into play. Does it stay in? It does just. Hogan takes the mark. Comes down the broadcast side. Ball holds up in the breeze. They fly coming across Porter. Couldn't bring it in. Hodge tried to get one out of the back. Power. Munns handballs it to Drew. Bobbling one. They go back inboard. Porter gives it off to Hogan. It was intercepted though. And the Stingrays across half back. Murphy goes straight up the corridor with the kick. High ball back towards the top of the 50. Stingrays again with the numbers, and it goes through for another minus score. That one coming from Nanscowan.
Again, a beautifully tumbled kick from Murphy. Just set it up so to the team's advantage in the air, and they were able to read it off the player's hands there. So we've got a kick out from full back, and the Power going towards the defensive side of the ground, and it'll go out of bounds, and there'll be a throw in 55 out from goal. Grandstand side of Frankston Oval.
Ground's in superb nick.
It's in great nick.
Apart from the breeze, it's...
and it's a long enough ground, Crooksy.
It's good. Is this is your second time here, isn't it?
It's skinny, but it's a long up the middle.
We can tell that from the centre square and the 50-metre arc.
Tap to the front. Clark with the kick out. Gets it down towards full forward. They've just got to get the right bounce here, Huswaite. It goes through. Oh, that's a fumble at the worst time, and it looks like Riley Darcy gets it and hooks it over the shoulder, and it's through for a goal. But fumble at the wrong time, allowed the Dandenong Stingrays in there, and the goal brings Dandenong up to 6-3-39 to the Gippsland Power 2-7-19, and that is on the NG scoreboard. 11 minutes in on the Technica time clock, second quarter action.
I don't like to bring up the F word so early, but floodgates. floodgates.
Yeah, well, we were a bit worried that Power hadn't used it enough, and it's definitely a 5-6 goal breeze, this. And Gippsland will attack this time, if they can get it out and run, but great tackling by the Stingrays, and we'll have a ball up centre of the ground again.
So the Stingrays have built themselves a bit of a buffer.
In the back.
Dandenong giving it away. So the Power need to make the most of this opportunity. Hanness goes towards the outer side. They're on Nelly off. Now Motton. High ball towards the flank. Went past Dersmer and goes over the boundary line and out of play. Half forward flank outer side for the Power. They're 2-7-19. They trail the Stingray 6-3-39. 12 gone on the Technica time clock. It's brought back into play. De Koning came across with that leap again. Worked out the back though to Leslie for the Power. Still under pressure across half back. The umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
It's always difficult going into the breeze. You need to hang on to the ball a bit, but the conditions are not conducive to finessing with it. So you've just got to find that nice balance between being smart and making the most of your opportunities.
That's what they're struggling with at the moment. Leslie gets the ball back towards half forward. Still on the outer side. Frampton. It was a wild kick. Dersmer sitting underneath it. Takes the mark for the Power. Looks to go inside 50. Wanted to move it quick.
Perfect kick, wasn't it?
Lovely kick off the boot.
And Flanders has the mark.
Now Ned's got to go way right here, but it might hold up. That's the only concern. If he gets it in the right pocket, it can carry him across the goal, but he's just got to get it in the right
look
time.
at Dersmer in the pocket too, waiting for it
that's
just
a good
in
spot
case.
to be.
High
He's done what he
ball.
could.
Dersmer came from the side, couldn't take the mark. An up and under kick at the top of the goal square for the Power. Stingrays are happy to see it through Patterson. So
had a good crack.
They had a good crack, but they Dersmer with the fly, but they tried to stop that punch through and did well there, Dandenong. Now they'll go wide this time and to Witt with the kick, but Gippsland have the front. And a nice mark there in front to Nick Hogan. Hogan with those lime colour boots gets it down towards full forward. Driving kick. Up they go. They've got numbers there. Gippsland, high tackle, and we'll have a shot on goal to Drew, and he shouldn't miss this. This is pretty close to goal. We're about 20 metres out when he kicks it. And again, this will be right post this time, and he won't have to go too wide because he's close enough. Just inside that right post to be enough, but he's got to still allow a little.
Badly need this goal.
They do. It's a big kick, this. And Drew, 20 metres out for the Power, comes in and he kicks right and brings it back beautifully. Lovely kick. And they got numbers back, which was the important thing in that contest. They had most of the ball in that marking contest and brought it to ground and had the players there. And that's a big goal to the Power. 3-8-26 now. They trail the Stingrays 6-3-39 on the NG scoreboard. 15 minutes in on the Technica time clock, second quarter action.
That's much needed goal for the Gippy Power, and just to get one back, only trailing by 13.
Still nice to get another one whilst they've got a little bit of momentum. And Scoren ran past it for the Stingrays. They'll get another opportunity to move it forward. Flicking the handball out was Taylor. Searching for Plumridge on the outside. Handball over the top, hits up Clark. He sends it inside, attacking 50. Darcy went up for it, couldn't bring it in. Young chasing it towards the boundary line. Power keep it in play. Getting through traffic there was Carroll, but the boundary line beat him. And
Now,
we'll throw it
if
in.
there was a Nixon Finance Player of the Day for the first quarter and a half, Hunter Clark would be panels in front. He is dominating this game at the moment. Underneath it now, we've got Williams. Brings it to ground now. Oh, well sharked that time by Quigley. He's a class player, gets it out wide and he spotted up his man, put it out perfectly to Drew. And he took the mark in front of the Social Club at half back. Gippsland now Kick long towards half forward. Up they go. Big fly at the front. Hodge takes it beautifully. Moves it on nicely. They'll take a bounce. Give it off quickly.
Here's a
They've
show.
got the run here with Quigley. He'll have a bounce, but they want to be quick. He's been caught. Got the handball out in time. Well umpired. They've still got numbers at the ball. Here's a chance, and they'll kick the goal anyway. Well done. And backing up there was Dersma. Great tackle on Quigley, but also he did get tackled but got the handball out, I believe, Crooksy.
Oh, jeez.
Challenge that handball.
I'll send that up to the third umpire for mine. I would have thought that was holding the ball. But
yeah, it was the right tackle, but whether he got the handball out, we'd have to look to our TV people for that.
Who got the goal? Dersma, was it?
Dersma got the goal. Great run by Quigley all the same. He took the mark out at centre half back, played on, followed up his kick, and that's a big goal. 32 to 39. Gippsland now getting back into this game.
Back in the middle, Stingrays. Williams shoved into the ground, so you'll get the free kick. He'll send the ball long for Dandenong. High ball coming there. Darcy takes it on the chest.
Nice strong lead and strong mark in the conditions.
They've got the strong aerial players, haven't they? They've got Darcy, Williams, de Koning, all contributing in the air for Dandenong and all playing quite well at the minute.
In conditions that shouldn't suit.
No, they're judging it well, they're leaping well. Timing's everything.
And their efficiency inside 50 has been good too. Darcy comes in, slide angle, kicks it from 45, another beautiful drop punt. He gets his second, and the Stingrays get a steadier 7:3:45, plays 4:8:32 on the NG scoreboard, 19 gone on the Technica time clock.
Really like the way Dandenong, who had as Matt mentioned in the call, had lost the momentum of the game, just went straight down the hay diddle that time and came up trumps. Lovely kick. They're kicking for goal. They must have had a good warm-up before play because they've got that down pat.
Back in the middle, up they go. Oh, huge leap to Koning. Gets it down to Cotter, who plays on, kicks it down towards half forward. We've got de Koning down in a lot of trouble in the middle. Shoulder by the look of it, or collarbone. And a take there out by, looks like Drew. No, Drew's got it now. He'll give off the handball to McEwen. If he can get some space, he does. Kicks towards full forward. Up they go from the side. They bring it to ground. They're attacking here. Hodge goes to tackle. They're trying to work it through that possession, and they kick it off the ground. And it's through for a behind. That was dangerous there. De Koning's up.
Yeah, I think
he's serious there, but he's up again. Just landed awkward. He might have been winded.
Yeah, it looked like what he was telling the trainers, that he had the stuffing knocked out of him.
Which is a horrible feeling. You feel like you want to die if you've ever been winded and land on your back.
And
it is a horrible feeling, sickly feeling, but it's good to see him up.
Especially on that part of the ground too. It's not
pretty hard part of the ground in that middle.
So the umpire to throw it back into play. Half forward flank broadcast side for the Power. Is there a tackle without the ball? The umpire says no. Play on. Hennis trying to feed the ball out. Turned over. Trying to find a bit of space here was Murphy. Kicks it along. Young. Stingrays now scoring. Handball off to Koning. Back in it. Sought the 1-2. Didn't get it. They instead go back to Clark. He puts it into the forward pocket on the outer side. Darcy collects it on the half volley. Flicks the handball back inboard to Taylor. Got caught. Umpire calls play on. Ball dribbles over the boundary line and out of play. We'll throw it in. Forward pocket outer side. Stingray 7:3:45. Power 4:9:33 on the NG scoreboard. Approaching the 21-minute mark of the second term on the Technica time clock. We'll get a thrown in. Deep inside 50. Bowden got a fingertip to it for the Power. Again, they have the numbers around the footy, but just can't get a clean disposal away, and the umpire's going to say, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
Wind doesn't look like it'll die down yet, does it? Not quite.
No.
So
And
I
that
don't
dark
think
grey cloud gives it a bit of gloom.
And scoring with the steal. Bouncing ball hits the post. And another minor score.
so. For the viewers and the listeners, you wouldn't think that the wind would die down in the last quarter for Dandenong when they have it again.
High ball towards the wing. Good mark taken here by DeWitt. Call to play on. Sends it inside attacking 50. Power home. Not expecting it there was Cox Edge. He takes it inside defensive 50. Brings it to the broadcast side. They get a mark. In the back pocket. Masterson. Sends it down along the boundary line. Punched out of the hands there, DeWitt. And he wraps up his opponent. The umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. Attacking side of the broadcast wing for the Stingrays, Rick.
Underneath us here, grandstand side. Tapped over the back to Coney. Good to see him back in there. Cotter with the kick out of the pack. They should intercept here, but good tackling here. Murphy gets it, runs around, gets on the left. He'll have a shot towards the goal. We've got a one-on-one, and over the back,
well done.
Darcy. They did well to defend that. Couldn't quite take the mark. Out towards the forward pocket it goes. All tied up, and the umpire will have to come in and ball it up. You like that contest there?
I did. He was under a heap of pressure there. And
Darcy had the front spot.
yeah, he had that all over himself then. It's good work.
They go, tapped down by Williams, little kick by Cotter towards goal, puts it through, and he's been a bit quiet, but welcome back Cotter. He's kicked that one, put him through, and now the Stingrays go on to 8-4-52, and the power 4-9-33, and that is almost half time, 23 minutes in to this second quarter.
Again, excellent snap there. That was an AFL Draft Central goal of the day contender.
Yeah.
And there's a whistle.
Yeah, blood rule. I think it is for our last goal kicker, Cotter.
And he comes off. 19-point lead on in the shadows of half-time. I think Dandenong will be more than happy with that.
After a little bit of a scare when the power got a couple of quick ones. McEwen in the middle. Working hard, bustling his way through, but he left the footy behind. Hogan, though, was there for support. Kicks the ball towards centre half forward. Punched out of the hands. The pressure applied here by Gippsland's good, but it was too high. And a free kick will go the way of Zyjay for the Stingrays. Long ball towards the half forward flank on the outer side. Power in front. Turned it over. They've lost the ball, though, at centre half forward. Cox Edge feeds the handball to his teammate. He nearly slipped. Hogan was able to get the handball away. They'll come to Quigley underneath us. Quigley gives the handball over the top to Beck. Beck gave it to Patterson. He runs into trouble, has to send it back to Beck. Beck goes inside attacking 50 for Gippsland. No one could take the mark. Back on the deck, chasing after it is Hodge. Collects it before the boundary line, but he got collected himself. And the umpire said he had prior opportunity, and the Stingrays get a free kick.
Should have threw it on the boot there. Took him on and got caught red-handed. They get it back. They'll try and boot it back here. Quigley gives off the hand. Can't quite break away. Now they'll get the handball out into open space. This time Beck gets it. Runs to the boundary line, and they'll give it across to Porter. Porter kicks it up and under. Big fly.
Mark.
Oh, great mark. And that's a definite contender for the footyprofit.com mark of the day. And is this true again? No, this is little Sarong, Caleb Sarong. He got up a mile in the air. I'd love to see the video replay of that one. And Sarong will have a shot for goal.
Young 16-year-old.
Yes, young fella. Very good cricketer. But chose footy.
He did.
And
I'll see if I can find
Sarong
the nail on this.
will kick right to left, and he just brings it back enough, and a beautiful kick, and gee, that really brings the game back now, and good goal, Caleb Sarong, great mark, and that definite contender. We've got a bit of a photo finish at the minute with De Koning and Sarong for the mark of the day. Stingrays 8-4-52. Now the power of 5-9-39. And that is on the NG scoreboard, 26 minutes in, second quarter. So 13 points. They'd probably be happy with that result if they could go in with that margin there, Gippsland.
Yeah, can't afford to concede another one prior to half-time. The tap goes the way of Williams. Power to go forward again through Porter. High ball towards the half-forward flank broadcast side. Bounced awkwardly for everyone. Plumridge tried to flick the handball over the top. Under pressure now, Zyjay got stripped of it. Hunter Clark coming through. Sprawling handball out of the contest. The pressure applying again from the Power is fantastic. Stingray still with possession of the footy across half-back. Davis, long ball, high ball in the Darcy direction. Didn't quite take it cleanly. Ball almost wrapped up on half-forward. Power with the numbers. They send the kick through Carroll. Bounced awkwardly for Williams. Back underneath it, got claimed. Got the handball away in time. Out the back to Quigley. Quigley ran into trouble. The umpire calls play on. Now an opportunity for Bindley. High up and under kick. He's intercepted by Patterson as we've got a player in a lot of trouble just down in front of us.
Just holding up play now. Took them a while to get the umpire's attention.
I think this is Angus Patterson.
That'll be a stretcher job, you'd
Bear
imagine.
with me a second.
Hope he's okay, the young fella.
There's a lot happening here, Rick.
Yeah, we've had a few players go down today. But
go down. It's just one of those days.
Good pressure around the ball from both teams. They're putting on a good show today. Hard at the ball. Didn't quite see the incident, how it happened.
I think it was just in play. Just
awkward. Fell awkwardly. He's on his side.
In a lot of pain.
As both teams now just getting a huddle right on the shadows of, is that 29 minutes over there?
Yep.
So we will have a long quarter, but they've got him in an unusual position right as we speak. Sort of front down, but with his hip on
not
his
Angus
side.
Patterson, if Mrs. Patterson's listening.
It's
Zyjay.
ZJ. You're just going to bring him back onto his back. And
So he's conscious and everything. Might have just taken a pretty heavy knock, I think, in the contest.
Just can't sort of give anything on which part of the body. It was an unusual one. Couldn't see what part of the body is affected here. He's holding his head, so he's in a bit of pain.
Of course, we've already heard Matthew McGannon go down for the Power.
Might be a knee, this one.
Yes, I got a message from Matt Palfreyman earlier this morning just saying about keep an eye on Caleb Sarong for Gippsland, under 16 Vic Country representative, making his debut today. He is a natural footballer.
Well, he's a natural
Spot
with
on,
that
Matt.
mark, that's for sure, Matt. And Footy Profit have got Craig watching today, who came and visited us earlier, knows Sarong quite well.
Pete Williams was here from AFL Draft Central.
Yep.
I saw him here earlier.
All the high figures are here.
All the men in the know.
And they know the drafting system better than anyone, and the players to watch out for.
I saw a recruiting person from Essendon here before the game too, Rick.
Yeah.
Wonder who he was keeping an eye on.
You're very happy with them, aren't you, at the moment?
I don't mind, Adrian.
Bailey Williams takes the mark, kicks it long, and DeConing comes out, drops it. Masterson gets it for the Power, dribbles it towards half-back. Beck just paddles it along. Little toe poke was beautiful in front of Leslie. Leslie takes a bounce underneath us here. Kick dribbled forward, and Dandy trying to get it out, but Gippsland get players back. They just need an ounce of luck with the bounce of the ball, and they do it beautifully. Dersma throws it on the boot, kicks down towards the forward pocket, and might have beat them all out of bounds anyway. But the siren came at the wrong time there. But great quarter there. Good fight back by Gippsland. 5-9-39 to the Stingrays. 8-4-52. 13-point margin here at half-time at Frankston Oval.
The
And,
goal kickers for the Stingrays, 2 apiece to Campbell, Meggsy, Huswaite and Riley Darcy, and 1 each to Hunter Clark, Tom de Koning, Mitch Cotter and Jai Nans Cowan. For the Gippsland Power, they've got 5 goal kickers: Xavier Dersma, Austin Dodge, Kim Drew, Rylan Henkel and Caleb Sarong.
Austin Hodge also kicked one, Crooksy.
What did I say?
Dodge.
Austin Dodge. Dear oh dear. It's been one of those days.
Funny.
I don't work well under uncomfortable conditions, I can tell you. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be coming back on the other side of this. Round 14 action live from Frankston Oval. It is the Stingrays by 13 points over the Gippsland Power. Back here at Frankston Oval, it is half-time. The Dandenong Stingrays 8-4-52 lead the Gippy Power 5-9-39. We've got with us Pete Williams from AFL Draft Central. How are you, Pete?
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks for having me.
You're a long way from home.
Yes, I am, out in southwest Victoria. It's the weather's making me feel like home here, though.
It is. Just for the... I fully admire you, Matt, and the boys from Footy Profit as well. How many Ks you travel. Just tell the listeners where you've been today.
So I started the day off, I went up to the girls' game at Icon. They had Darebin versus Geelong, and then I popped into Warrawee Park for the last little bit there. And Oakley beat Calder, and then I got back here just for this second game now, so down in Frankston. So yeah, covered a couple of Ks this weekend. Yeah,
you're doing all right. We're starting to enter into that time of year where the general footy follower is starting to become familiar with some names, because we've come off the under-18 championships. Firstly, what did you think of the championships this year?
Yeah, like I think we all thought at AFL Draft Central anyway that Vic Metro were going to win. We thought they had the greatest depth. I thought Vic Country might have done a little bit better, but obviously that wasn't the case. It was similar last year as well. I thought they had a good team last year and they didn't manage to win any. So WA really surprised, so I was pleased that they were able to get a few wins on the board, and that was really good. SA showed signs, but again, probably don't have the depth that they've had in other years. And the Allies, again, it's always tough, I find, when all the different states come together and play. It's a bit more difficult, but they got a win on the final day against Vic Metro, ironically. But yeah, I thought overall it was a solid carnival, but this year there isn't the depth in the draft that there has been in previous years.
Okay, we've heard that a few places, but if you tell me, I tend to believe it. So it just they just don't bat down as far.
No, and that's right. And there's a lot. It probably goes to about that 30 mark, roughly, of guys that you would expect to make it at AFL level. And then after that, it's a bit of a, I guess, shoot in the dark or anything like that. Because last year was a very unique draft. It's sort of after the top 30. It was almost just a gamble for all the way to the rookie draft, and that's why a lot of people had so many different players that are ranked elsewhere and everything like that. This year, I think it's a bit of guesswork more than anything else. I think they'll look in unique kind of places. They might go... We saw last year with Geelong how they went and grabbed a couple of their local league players and picked them up. There could be a few of them this year, perhaps, like picking guys up from other leagues, not just traditional pathways. So
pathways. Is there any player that came out of the blue in the championships for you that say didn't go in with a big reputation but came out of it with a big reputation?
Yeah, well, I think for the ones that impressed were the ones that was sort of probably in that second round mark, like your Paddy Dowles. He's really shot up now and looks at top 10 chance now. Nick Caulfield, he was probably another one that was in that second round mark, and I think he's destined for top 10 now. So he's another one that I think he's such a good user of the ball. And WA had quite a few I thought that really impressed. Obviously a couple for next year as well, like Ian Hill was really good. Oscar Allen winning the overall MVP. I think that raised a few eyebrows, but I thought he was quite good overall. I think a few people thought that Higgins was going to win it overall, and if not him, Rayner, who was probably the other one that was really impressive throughout the carnival. But yeah, I thought WA as a team were pretty good. So yeah, there were a few that sort of popped up, and Aaron Norton as well. He probably did his draft chances no harm.
The Victorian TAC Cup players that you've mentioned, the leading ones seem to be forward type players, don't they?
Yeah, Rayner and Higgins and
also Jaden Stevenson.
Yeah.
Which is a difficult way up where to take them in that draft selection, because what are you going to get out of them in your first or second year? It's a difficult one. We saw with boy from Hawthorn that's been playing on the back line now.
Oh, Burton? Ryan?
No.
Hardwick,
yeah.
Who played all his TAC Cup as a forward pocket virtually.
Won the goal kicking,
Won the goal kicking with really 45 goals. And now he's playing a totally different role in defence.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a difficult one what to do with those type of players when you take them so high in the draft, especially.
Yeah, well, a lot of the guys I think could be ready for sort of round one. Like Higgins is one that definitely comes to mind. I think he'd be right to go for round one. And that was sort of the knock on him, how much improvement is there, because he seems more developed than a lot of the other players, and he could slot in anywhere. And there's a few of the bigger bodied players too, like James Warple, for example, could probably play from round one, and those kind of guys. There's a lot of inside midfielders in this crop that generally have bigger bodies and that they could fill in earlier than if you're sort of small types. So
Bit of a
It'd be
warp
interesting
hell
with Higgins because he's been talked about around that number one, number two at time for selection in recent times. People have been bandying him around, and to be a small forward, you wonder about that. You wonder their value.
yeah, I can't see him going top two.
No.
I think he'll be first round now, but I think it'll be in the teens somewhere.
He has got a lot of class about him.
Mm.
We saw him the other week, and there's an X factor and a real touch of class about Higgins that gets him noticed by everybody.
And I think it's a full credit to him because coming into the year there was a lot of question marks over, I guess, his ability to impact, because he did tend to do a lot of short lateral kicks rather than going for more damaging options. He's sort of really worked on his game, and the defensive pressure was another one that people questioned, and I think he's really lifted it up. He cops a fair bit during games if you watch him. He's always in there, and the opposition give him a fair bit of stick, but he's actually learned to sort of just roll with it and showed some real maturity this year, which is something that's really important.
That'll stand him in good stead. Am I right? I think I've lost his name. Was it Fogarty from Western
Yep.
Jets was injured during the week? Did I see that, or am I making that up?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not the school footy kid.
Pretty
But
sure.
yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure it's his name. That's
Yeah, Lockie Fogarty.
Yeah, I think he got injured during the week and won't play another game throughout the year.
That's unlucky because I did an interview with him last weekend, and
Might have been the kiss of death, Pete.
yeah, I had a chat and he just said how he's looking forward to the rest of the year and being able to play. So that, yeah, okay, that's no good.
In general, how does that affect your chances?
Oh, well, it really, I think we've seen different things, haven't we? Like, there's some guys that don't get drafted at all. He's played enough that he'll get drafted. They might question it. Generally, if it's not going to be a long-term injury in sense of reoccurring or anything like that, I don't think it'll hurt his chances too much. The only disappointing thing is he wouldn't really go up. You can't really go up once you're injured because you can't prove yourself anymore. But
Unless everyone else comes down.
and unless you're Nakia Cockatoo, who managed to somehow get to top 10 playing 3 games. But apart from him, generally the rule is you slip down a little bit. And one perfect example that I'm interested to see is Aaron Darling, because we haven't seen him this year because of the injury late last year. And he hasn't had a chance to prove himself. And obviously he missed out on the Combine invitation because he probably couldn't really do too many of the tests anyway. But yeah, I'd like to see sort of him drafted, even if it's a late rookie, because he sort of showed signs, but yeah, he hasn't had a chance to do it in top age year.
I've noted that the Combine list came out, or the invitations came out, and changes to the Combine, to what you actually have to do.
Yeah.
So does that mean my record in the beep test is just going to stand forever now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think there are a lot of sighs of relief when there wasn't a beep test. There's a fair few that are probably
Very easy. Beep, beep,
Yeah.
beep. I can do that easy.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Do we know why they took that out? It just seems...
Well, they've changed who's doing the testing. Rookie Me's doing the testing this year, so they've actually taken over the testing for this Combine. So I think they've obviously got a few different tests that they've done before and they want to test out. And obviously it would be in consultation with the AFL and clubs and everything like that. And perhaps the beep test they don't feel is as relevant as other tests that they could probably do now. So
They're just basic run-throughs, aren't they? The
Yeah.
beep test.
yeah, it's
So-
shuttle runs basically. Yeah.
So they're not at full pace.
No.
They're just continuous running.
Yeah, you just get a bit faster as you go on, and often it's more of a sign of mental strength rather than endurance.
Yeah, I've always wondered the value of it because you're not testing them at their ultimate,
Yeah, I
pace
think-
or endurance. So
I think it is mostly that mental strength that they really
right.
bring in, because you can be a really good, say, 3K runner, but you might not do as well as the beep test. You can do well at both, but sometimes you only do well at one and not the other. So they do test different things.
Ruckman in the coming through. Who do you earmark as Ruckman coming through?
Oh,
the
well,
draft?
Sam Hayes is the first one you can't come off the top of the head. He's obviously one of the higher end prospects. Callum Coleman Jones is another from SA. So yeah, they're the ones that sort of stand out. There's been a few that have come through Vic Metro that keep rotating, like Hayden McLean, although I think he's sort of dropped off a little bit. He was really highly rated last year. And he's got a few things, but I think he's sort of more of a forward. He's chops out in the rock.
You know, there's a position now at the top level where you can be that you are the traditional ruckman forward. So you can give the bloke a 20% chop out. So like a Joe Danaher at Essendon, can give the ruck a chop out but play forward at the same time. I reckon McLean is a solid lump of a fellow. He could find himself a little spot there if he's got enough craft. Who have you got going number one?
Oh, it's a bit of a raffle. Yeah, look, at this stage, probably Davies, kick from Dandenong, I reckon. Look, it could be a bit of a raffle anywhere, but I think it's just really his kicking that the question comes over. Can he be more effective with his kicking? In terms of his inside presence, it's as good as anyone. You see him, he looks like a beast and ready to go, really. So whether they go with that or potentially, I wouldn't be surprised at all if you had someone classy like a Caulfield that suddenly jumps up out of the blocks, has a good final series. I mean, look at Taranto last year. He was probably around that first round prospect, slipped into top 10, and then by draft night, number 2. So
he could be through there. And you're in charge of Collingwood recruiting.
Yeah.
There's been a complete wipeout. Eddie's just cleaned them all out and said, Pete Williams, you're in charge of recruiting. You've got picked, say, 4 or 5. What are you looking for at the Magpies?
Yeah, it's interesting because I think the best way, if you want to draft in, I know every Collingwood supporter would be like, you got to draft a key forward. And I think the better method would be to bring in a Sam Reid or someone like that, establish key forward, and then draft someone like a Nick Caulfield. Something like that, like a player that is classy and can kick the footy. Anyone that is inside midfielder, questionable kicking, just cross them off the list. Simply because we've just got about 100 different, inside midfielders that
with questionable kicking.
with questionable kicking, yes. But their spirit is there, so that's good.
That's okay.
But no, you've got to have them, because obviously if you don't have any inside midfielders, you're not going to win the ball. So I'd definitely be looking at that sort of Caulfield or a classy user of the ball, even a Fogarty, although now that he's injured, it's probably not. But he'd be someone that you consider maybe if he drops to that second round, although Collingwood don't have a second round pick, so you'd have to wait for the third one.
Who'd be the best father-son in the
Oh, yeah, I think it's pretty clear Naish definitely.
will be the one.
Yeah, he's the top father-son.
And Richmond would definitely take him?
Yeah. I had a joke with Matt Barmer the other day because Cal Toomey with his thing highlighted Tyler Brown. So I just had a quick little jab to Matt saying he was the best father-son in the draft. So, but yeah, no, definitely Naish. He'll be that probably late first, early second. If they're lucky, he'll go after their first two first rounders. So I think that's where he'll sort of fly, and they'll use the rest to pick him up. So
fantastic stuff, Pete. Love talking draft with you. Always walk out. So I go and mix with my other mates, and I start dropping all the stuff you tell me, and they think I know everything about it. Good work. Well, sure we'll catch up with you between now and during the finals. Pete Williams there from AFL Draft Central. You can hand that back to Matty just behind you there, and the third quarter about to get underway.
We've got an AFL update. North Melbourne 9-5-59 to Melbourne 8-6-54. 14 minutes 51 into the third quarter.
Ooh, go North. They play well down there, Rick.
They like Hobart.
All right, third quarter action here. It is the Stingrays by 13. Take it away, Rick.
They bring it to ground straight away. Good hard tackle, and McEwen was the tackler. And they come to ground, and we'll have a ball up this time. De Koning with the tap down. Little kick out of the middle of the ground going down towards half forward, but a well-judged mark there by Hamill. He'll play on straight away, but this is an intercept mark. Beautiful work by Patterson. He's in the centre square. He's going to go left and go to a contest. They bring it to ground. A snap by Dersma. Brings it back. A lovely bounce. A great off break. Through the middle it goes. But good attack on the ball there by Dersma. And puts it through. And the Stingrays now 8-4-52 to the Gippsland Power 6-9-45. And we are under a minute into this third quarter. And the margin now 7 points. You'd expect Gippsland to try and get a lead up here.
Perfect start for the Gippsland Power. Lethal Lee. I've forgotten his coach's name.
Brown.
Lethal Lee Brown, that's it. Getting dementia in the wind here. Good start to the Power.
Now they'll get it out through Cotter. Dandenong gives it to Hunter. Clark out in front. Beautiful mark that time. Freeman, Tommy Freeman, gives a little one out in front of that player there in Williams. He overruns it. They'll clean up. Oh, dangerous kick here. A low ball, but they had numbers through Leslie. Leslie gives it out. The dish out to Motton. McEwen gets the 1-2 and runs on, runs into trouble, gives it back to the big fellow in Henkel. He'll go long, drives it inside 50, over the back it goes. Or they fall over the back, tapped forward, taken out of midair by Hennis. They give a little handball out to Hodge. Hodge runs into trouble, gets it out. It's in the forward pocket now. We've got a shot on goal.
Oh.
They get a clear shot on goal, and that is definitely a contender for the AFL Draft Central goal of the day. Under a lot of pressure there. And was that little Sarong that goal? Pretty sure it was.
I can only see your back, Rick.
Okay, it was a difficult one in a lot of congestion, and that was a goal. We'll give it to Sarong for the moment. We might need someone to clarify.
That's his second for the day, and if Lee Brown was happy at the 1 minute mark, he's ecstatic at the 2.5 minute mark.
They've pegged it back within 2 minutes of football.
So ball back in the middle. DeConing got the tap down, followed up his own ruck work. High ball back towards the centre wing. It's going to bounce out of play. Just underneath us here in the grandstand at Frankston Oval. The boundary throw in. Henkel and DeConing to go into battle. Umpire sends it back into play. Henkel got a fingertip to it. Stingrays with the numbers around the footy. Beck was able to hold things up. And the umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. Centre wing broadcast side. 7-9-51 Gippsland. Dandenong 8-4-52 on the NG scoreboard. On the deck there was McEwen. Now he applies the tackle. They appeal for holding the ball and they're going to get it.
Little McEwen, he's tenacious.
If nothing else, Rick.
Doing well too, having a good game. He'll play on and drives the pass to Leslie, Will Leslie, underneath the commentary box. He's going to go left by the look of it, and he goes right. And, big contest. Oh, well done in the front. Is that Hennis? Takes the mark. Beautiful contested mark there. Just outside 50. Looks for a little pocket opening, but kick to a contest really. And DeConing, who's had a good game, gives off the handball. There's a contest coming up here. Oh, spoiled well. Clark gets it. Runs into trouble more than anything. He might be pinged as well here. The umpire said no, he didn't have enough opportunity. There'll be a ball up. 55 out. They tap it to the front. Little McEwen does well. Gets it out. They can't break away with it. And it goes back into a pack formation. And we'll have another ball up. Coming out of it there was Henkel. He'll do the ruck work. And pushes DeConing out of the way. Again, no clear possession. Now a kick out of trouble. Gets it down towards full forward. Oh, we've got a snap out of the pack that time, and it comes back beautifully. And that was Flanders. Lovely snap out of the pack. And got his first goal, I believe. And so we've had a couple of the 16-year-olds involved in the last few minutes, and a good goal there to Flanders. And now they've hit the front all of a sudden, Gippsland Power, with 3 goals since half-time. And on the NG scoreboard, 8-9-57 plays Stingrays, 8-4-52, and we're almost 6 minutes into this third quarter action.
That's a fantastic start for Gippsland. Just quickly around the grounds, I'll come back to you with that.
As Daconing on his hands and knees, fed the handball out. Stingrays in all sorts of trouble, turned over. Hogan trying to burst his way through the contest, lost the footy. Daconing wraps up his opponent. The tackle also applied by Lockie Young. We'll get a ball up just on the edge of the centre circle. Henkel won the tap down. Hogan got claimed immediately. Stingrays almost away. Great tackle applied by Dersma. Not rewarded. Ball centre wing broadcast side. Patterson kicks the ball towards the half forward flank. But Angus Patterson takes the mark for the Stingrays. High ball back towards the centre wing. Daconing flies. Can't bring it in. Ball on the deck. Clark extracts it. Weaves his way through traffic. Fed the handball to Huswaite. Patterson now for the Power. Applies the pressure. And they've turned it over. The Power through the middle. Back on the deck. Bobbling around. Stingrays. Trying to get a wild kick away. Hogan cut it off. Sent it towards centre half forward for the Power. Coming in from the side there was Hines. He got claimed. And the umpire hovering says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. Just inside attacking 50 for the Power. They're 8-9-57. The Stingrays 8-4-52 on the NG scoreboard. 7 minutes into the third term on the Technica time clock. Umpire puts it back underway. Power with the numbers around the footy. And they'll get a kick back inside thanks to Patterson. High ball, bounced awkwardly for Flanders. Was able to collect it, whacked it on his boot. Flanders dribbles it home.
AFL Draft Central goal of the day for mine, Ned Flanders. That was an absolute beauty.
Back-to-back goals for Flanders too.
Kept his poise, kept his feet.
There was a bit of class about the way he actually controlled the ball when he got it in his hands. There was a touch of class about that. A bit of luck, but hell of a lot of class went into that play by Ned Flanders.
That's his
Well
second.
done. Great goal. And that's the leader, Crooksy, in that is the AFL Draft Central goal of the day so far. Down goes towards Dandenong centre half forward area. Oh, they burst through. Great work by Nance Gowan. Gets it out. And beautifully weighted kick. Oh, it just came back at the last minute against the wind and hit the post. That was Lockie Young. I thought he did everything right and hit the behind post. Very unlucky. Up they go. Quigley at the front brings it down to that man, Hunter Clark. Hunter Clark spears it low towards Darcy. Darcy chips it inboard. Oh, they've got a 2-on-1 here. They bring it to ground nicely there, Gippsland. But here's Hunter Clark again. He's just got leather poisoning today. And the umpire will give him the free kick here. And Clark will take the kick from about 49 metres. Probably too far out. Probably have to go kick it hard to the top of the square would be probably the best result here.
I'd aim it right at that palm tree.
So he's going to go from about 49 metres, 48, 47. Kicks it to the top of the square, good spot. Up it hangs, they bring it to ground. Here's a chance off the ground. Beautiful roving there. And it's through for a goal. And I think by the look of it, it might have been Freeman. But we'll just pick him up in the goggles.
Got the orange boots.
And it's a great goal, opportunist goal. Or Nance Cowan.
Yeah.
Nance Cowan, the small forward, did
That's
well.
his second.
And he just read that perfectly, got there at the right time, paddled it through with his toe. And good goal to Dandenong, 9-5-59 to 9-9-63, a 4-point margin to the Power 10 minutes in.
So the umpire gets it back underway. Great contest here at Frankston Oval. Stingrays. Huswaite fed that ball by hand to Murphy, but's turned it over. McEwen, long ball inside, attacking 50 for the Power. It bounces away from everyone though. Goes over the boundary line and out of play. We'll throw it in forward pocket, broadcast side for Gippsland.
We know he's tenacious, McEwen, but he showed a lot of class with that play, the way he got around his opponent then.
So the boundary umpire to bring it back into play. Inside 50 for Gippsland, kicking with the breeze in the third term. Ruckman go at it, got flicked out the back of the pack. Flanders just lost his footing at the pivotal moment. Stingrays try and work it by hand. Patterson's claimed. Ball feeds out the pack. It's a high, hopeful kick for Dandenong. And just touching it before it went over the boundary line there was Motton. We'll throw it in. Half forward flank broadcast side for Gippsland. They're 9.963. Stingrays 9.559 on the NG scoreboard. 11 minutes in to the third term on the Technica time clock. As Williams won the tap down to Huswaite, kicked it around his body towards centre wing. Young took it but got dispossessed, and McEwen again fighting in hard. Just got taken over the boundary line and out of play by Bain.
Just a bit of homework from half-time. It was Darcy Fogarty from South Australia that was injured, not Lockie Fogarty from the Western Jets.
Right, well done, Crooksy.
Yeah, finger on the pulse.
You got half the name, right?
Got
Underneath it here, nice throw in. Tap down the front. Cotter goes without. McEwen again in everything right at the minute. Gets it down to the forward line. And a nice intercept mark there to Davies. Goes wide. He's found Plumridge. He'll go wider again. Allen on the centre wing gets it. Gets caught by Leslie. Holds him up beautifully. And they might just ping this one. I think they will. Great work, Will Leslie. Makes the tackle. And he'll play on straight away. He's looking to, but didn't have a lot of options, so he'll bomb it. Down to half forward. Again, just gives him that front spot. Frampton, the intercept mark. And he's going to switch it. This is a dangerous kick. And Flanders gets a fingertip on it just to hold him up for the moment. But now DeWitt will kick towards the boundary line. Pretty clever kick because it went out of bounds. And the wind just did the rest. And grandstand side, we've seen a bit of the play over here today. Breeze favouring this side of the ground.
That's been a benefit. That's been a positive out of the day.
And yes, it has. And Gippsland Power are doing the attacking with the breeze. Henkel out of didn't get it too far. Gives off a handball. Again, they're trying to clear the congested area. Dandenong holding them up, doing well. Hodge gets it out. Couldn't quite get it clear again. Here they go. Hogan gets a kick off. Inside 50. Up goes Sarong with the fly. Is he a high flyer?
Oh, Matty Palfreyman, you are on the money, my man. He's a natural footballer.
Another footyprofit.com mark of the day contender. Don't think it beat his other one, but we've had three today. Absolute rippers to Koning and Sarong. And Sarong, he'll come in from 45 out and kicks left. Comes back beautifully. Puts it through the middle for his third.
Here we go.
And that is a great goal. Great mark. Big leap from the little fella. And now the margin snuck out to 10 points. 10.969 to 9.559 on the NG scoreboard. Gippsland Power in front. 14 minutes in. Technica time clock. Third quarter action.
We believe that to be his third goal. There was a Bill Sarong played for St Kilda in the 60s. I was just wondering if there's any relation. Kate Mitchell can find that out for me.
You're a bit older than me, Crooksy, to remember that.
I'm not going to comment on that. Williams up and under kick. Ball taken to ground there with Drew, so he'll get the free kick.
He's been good.
He has been excellent.
Kim Drew. Looked to come to the broadcast side, but then decides to go to the outer side. As Dersma made the lead, got it on the half volley, but got collected. The umpire said he was holding the footy, didn't dispose of it correctly, so he's turned it over. Stingrays send the ball high towards the half forward flank. Waiting out the back was Patterson. Full stretch took the mark. Half-back flank on the outer side for the Power. They've had the momentum in this third term. There was a high leap. No one took the mark. Stingrays send it back towards the half-forward flank outer side. Again, no mark taken to Koning. Strip the tackle. High ball inside 50 for the Stingrays. Comes off hands. Front spot there was Bindley. Got caught. Comes out the back to Porter. Porter gets it over the top to McEwen. He's in a bit of space. Takes a bounce. Runs to centre wing. Ball towards half-forward broadcast side for the Power. Comes off hands. Stingrays in defence through DeWitt. They've turned it over. Flanders, his kick offline. Minor score. Power move to 10-10-70. Stingrays 9-5-59 on the NG scoreboard. 16 minutes gone in the third term on the Technica time clock.
He's catching my eye at the minute, Ned Flanders. Really enjoying watching when he's near the footy. So Dandenong to attack. And that's off the side of the boot. This is dangerous. Out of bounds it goes. And we'll have it in the hands of Hennis. He goes inboard and he's found his man, Liam Carroll. He's in the centre square. He'll go left. He's gone to a contest more than anything. They bring it to ground. Out it goes. Nanscowan gets it out. They'll run it out that time through Taylor. They'll go wide. Intercepted here. Here's a chance. Masterson with a half torp. Gets it towards centre half forward. Pushed out. Again, Hunter Clark gets it. Dishes off the handball. Underneath us here is Hamill. He goes wide. Now they'll try and keep it in here if they can. Good play. Good tackle there. Play on's a call. Clark couldn't get it. Out of bounds it goes.
Henkel just receiving a bit of work down in front of us to his lower back. Big
Well,
man.
I'll tell you one thing that we've had today. I don't think we've had a better game for footyprofit.com mark of the year contenders is what we've had today.
Yeah.
We've had some ripping marks. Over the back, Darcy gives it out. There goes Williams, gives it to Clark. He got tackled with it and pushed in the back.
Crowd not happy, but I am.
Yeah, he
Pushed
landed on him.
You got to tackle correctly.
He's got a bit sore here
Cramping
too.
up a bit because he's had a lot of the footy. Just seems to be everywhere. And he kicks. Beautiful posse. Danger zone here. They go up. Spoiled beautifully. Now it comes out the back door. Cotter gets it. Out to Clark again. Beautiful handball to Darcy. Gets it out to Young. Taylor it is.
Oh, they're open here.
Out they come. Now they'll have a shot on goal. Patterson went without it and got the high tackle. And Young it is. Young to kick for goal. He's 45 out. Probably the best position to kick from if you're kicking into a...
Has the wind just died a fraction?
Not a lot, but it will go sharply left from that position. And he kicks, or penetrating, it does go very left through for behind. So let's straighten up this scoreboard. Gippsland Power 10-10-70 to Dandenong Stingrays 9-6-60. 18 minutes into the third quarter. Now it's kicked to centre forward. Here's the dangerous Huthwaite. Gives off the handball into Tommy Murphy's territory. He paddles it along. Can't break away with it. Still in a dangerous spot. Dandenong with numbers. They get it out. Oh, great smother. That was Beck. Beck did well. Couldn't get the clear kick. Young gets underneath. Kicks the ball. And a nice mark. Almost set him up. Bit of a hospital pass in the end, but...
he lowered the eyes. He could have had a flying shot at goal, which wouldn't have worked.
And he did pick him out. So we've got a shot on goal. And we're in the forward pocket. Looks like Tommy Murphy. So he'll have the shot for goal. It's a difficult shot today with this breeze. Right to left. He's got to kick through the ball hard.
He's
made of that. He's kicked it beautifully through the middle. Big goal in the context of this game. And that was a beautiful penetrating kick that time. through for a goal. And Tom Murphy, what a big goal that was. The margin, 4 points. It's not enough with this breeze at the moment.
No, that's one against the tide there for Dandenong, and they've, if they are successful in this game, it'll be their work into the breeze that'll do it for them.
Back in the middle, Power won the tap. Hogan feeds the handball out. Claimed immediately there was Bindley. They're still able to get it towards the half-forward flank. Broadcast side bounces awkwardly for everyone. Goes over the boundary line and out of play in front of Davies. We'll throw it in. Half-forward flank broadcast side for the Power. 21 minutes into the third term on the Technica time clock. The umpire settles, sends it back into play. Koning got a fingertip to it. The handball went astray. Good smother there on Quigley's kick. Power still with the numbers. Beck out the back, gets claimed. Did he get the handball away? No, says the umpire. Free kick going the way of Freeman. Half-back flank for the Stingrays. High ball. Good, strong mark taken there by Smith.
The 16-year-olds have impressed today, and Smith does well there. Gives it to Quigley underneath us here. Grandstand side wing. Quigs, as they're calling for. Goes very right. And DeWitt, he's been great today as well. Takes the mark. Overage player DeWitt, 19-year-old. Gets it down to Quigley, who intercepts.
That's 50 metres.
Looking for 50. He gives off the handball quickly to Hodge. He'll run and set it up towards the goal. He's almost gone for home. Up over the back. Oh, great mark to Flanders.
What a strong contested mark.
And he's got a bit of both. He can do a bit of both, I reckon, Sammy Flanders. And he's going to kick the goal. He's pretty casual in his approach, but puts it through. And I tell you what, I don't think this will be their last game. These two boys down there on the forward line, Flanders and Sarong, they've been great down there, giving them a spark. And that's his third, Ned. Gippsland 11-10-76 to 10-6-66, a 10-point margin, 22 and a half minutes into this third quarter. And kicking with the breeze, the Gippsland Power. They'll probably need a couple more to make a game of it.
They definitely need to get one more. If they get two more, we're in for a ripping last quarter.
Anything around the 4 goals will be probably the right lead.
Ball back in the middle. Hogan. Handball was intercepted. Back on the deck. Eventually pops out to Bain, who gets driven into the ground by Hogan. And Hogan gets the...
handball it?
No, hold the ball, Rick.
You're allowed to handball it.
Well, you're not allowed to get caught.
Hogan sends the ball long. It's turned over, though. Stingrays with the numbers across the defensive 50 line. Hamill sends it to the wing. Mark is taken here by Bain. Defensive side of the broadcast wing for the Stingrays. Chips it short. Murphy takes the mark. Wheels around on the right. High ball offline. One bouncing over the boundary line and out of play in front of DeConing. We'll throw it in. Half-forward flank broadcast side for the Stingrays.
Just watch this throw in, Crooksy.
I've got my eyes right on it.
So you're going to throw in about 50 metres out. And bring it to ground. Underneath it, Cotter trying to work it out of the ruck. Umpire comes in. We're 55 out from the Dandenong goal. Up they go. Tapped it to ground. Can't break away. Halfway. Gets it down towards centre half back. Hunter Clark gets it out with a handball. Try and paddle it out of the problem area here, but it might have been a high tackle. Gippsland with the free, and that'll go in the way of Motton. He goes wide. Nice kick to space. They'll play on and drive it long. Straight through, centre half forward, over the back it goes. Beats all comers. DeWitt mops up, gives off the handball. Nice work. Gets it out. They've got numbers here, Dandenong. That's what held up that play through. Arthurson. He gets very wide, but just bounces in front of the line.
Kick to touch.
Yeah, almost perfectly if he was in trouble. And the boundary umpire will ball it in. Got a couple of lady boundary umpires today. Working it into the breeze. Williams gets it down. Hogan takes it. Dersma gets the kick out of trouble. Down towards full forward. Up it goes. Thumped away. Oh, they crashed in there. Bit of a high one that time to Arthurson. And he'll clear. He's at centre half back. And just got to make the right decision with this kick. It's going to come defensive side, grandstand side here. He kicks up and under. It's going to go to the boundary and a nice mark taken by Lockie Young.
Lovely judged mark too.
He did. He was the one who was in the best position too. He went to the right position. And he'll go down the line here and bring it towards the boundary. Oh, almost. He just dropped the footyprofit.com mark of the day, that's for sure. Right underneath the cameraman here. They're spitting chips, the cameraman. They had it there ready to go. And
we're all going to go on to, what's that segment on the footy show?
Almost Footy Legends.
Yeah, we're all on it. We'll all be part of it. We'll all split the prize, but not quite. 3/4 time here, 11-10-76. The Gippsland Power, they're going to take a 10-point lead, 10-6-66, the Dandenong Southern Stingrays. The goal kickers for the Stingers, they've got Campbell Huswaite with 2, Jai Nance Cowan with 2, and Riley Darcy with 2. And 1 apiece to Hunter Clark, Tom DeConning, Mitch Cotter, and there's one other one there that I may have missed. We'll catch up with that one. And for the Gippy Power, 3 apiece to Caleb Sarong and Ned Flanders, 2 to Xavier Dersma, and 1 each to Hodge, Drew and Henkel. It's 11 goals to there. Should be a sensational last quarter. Not a big lead to defend, but it's a lead all the same. And a great quarter by the Gippsland Power. We'll take a break, be back on the other side of this with the last quarter action on TAC Cup Radio. Back here at Frankston Oval, it is three-quarter time. The Gippsland Power are leading 76 to 66, and that was a great quarter for the Gippy Power, Rick.
Yeah, Gippy were really good then. At the same time, Dandenong also held them up at times when it was needed. So, not sure of how many they kicked that quarter at Dandenong. Did we get the half-time scores?
Yes, no, I've got them. Just bear with me.
We might have to weigh it up because Gippsland played really good footy.
Dandenong kicked, they were 8 goals for at half-time, so they've
kicked 2 goals that quarter.
And 5-2. 5 goals something Gippsland were.
They might have been 5-8.
5, yes, they were too, Rick.
So Gippsland are on 76, so they've kicked 6 or 7 that quarter.
And they're on 11 goals. They kicked 6 goals to 2 in that quarter.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
And at one stage there, it looked like in that second quarter, Dandenong were going to power along to a good lead at half-time, but Gippsland pegged it back to 13-point margin, which now could be a match winner if they're good enough.
Our good friend there, Kate Mitchell, Nonsensible. If you're following Twitter, get on to Nonsensible, Kate. Always worth a follow. And a great Gippy supporter.
And takes the best photos that we see in the competition.
Absolutely. I'll try and get some round the grounds for you. 10 minutes into the last quarter, North Melbourne lead by 4 points.
Not enough. We've lost a few of those games this year.
Almost three-quarter time in Sydney, and the Fremantle Dockers lead by 15 points over the Giants. Tell you what, if they get done, that mob, goodness me.
That was your certainty of the round, wasn't it?
Yes. It was too. Glad you remembered that. That mob feeding. And I'll try and get a score for my other team. The Northern Knights here. If I can't get it. As the crowd vacate the arena for the last time. Been a ripping game of footy. They were challenging conditions, but both teams have been up for the challenge. As the siren sounds, last quarter action. Take it away, Rick.
Thrown up in the middle, DeConing with a great leap to Cotter. He gets tackled by 2 Powers. And the ball will be thrown up again, middle of the ground. DeConing with that massive leap. This time uses the body to get it down. And ball's in dispute. Clark gets tackled, but over the back it goes. Can't break away. Now kick out by Hogan. Gets it down. Oh, great mark, Dersma. Threw his body at it. Bit of Nick Rewald in that mark. He goes very wide, out towards Beck, taps it over. Oh, good defensive play. They should be able to clear here, Dandenong through Taylor. He gets it down towards centre wing. Here come the Power in numbers. That's the player there, Hennes, gets it over. They'll clear it. Patterson down the line. Oh, yes, he's marked it. In between his legs almost in the end that time. And that player there, Quigley, captain today. They get it down towards the forward line. It's in dispute. Out it comes to Flanders
here
with
we
the
go.
handball. They've got a runner in Hogan. He'll bring it across the body. Brings it back beautifully for a goal. And Hogan, he's had a good game as well.
He's been a hero, Rick.
Nick Hogan. Very good, Crooksy. He'll be a hero if he kicks another one of those.
Oh.
And Gippsland, 12-10. 82 to Dandenong, 10-6, 66 on the NG scoreboard. 1.5 minutes into this final quarter.
Both quarters in the second half, Gippsland have come straight out of the blocks and got a goal within the first minute. So whatever Lethal Lee Brown's saying at the addresses, it's working.
So ball up in the middle. DeConing won the tap down. Porter goes back in after it. Tries to extract it, but gets taken into the turf. The umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
16-point lead.
Keep in mind, in that third quarter, Gippsland kicked 3 in 5 minutes
They did too.
with the wind.
Ball out the back. DeWitt puts it up high towards the half-forward flank on the outer side. Darcy underneath it, but had Loudon in company, and the ball dribbles over the boundary line and out of play. Just inside attacking 50, outer side for the Stingrays, who have a bit of work to do, but they are kicking with the breeze in this final term. The umpire puts it back into play. De Koning tried to fist it forward. McEwen, though, sitting in front spot, got a grubby kick away. Power able to get it. DeWitt will be first there, but he just takes it over the boundary line and out of play. Between centre wing and half forward, outer side. Gippsland 12-10-82. Dandenong 10-6-66 on the NG scoreboard. 3 gone in the final term on the Technica time clock. And S won it down for the Power. It's on the deck. Intercepted. Now the handball comes the way of Hodge. He got caught. And then dispossessed, ball over the boundary line.
Into the last quarter of Box Hill City Oval, 9-11-65 the Rangers, 6-7-43 the Knights.
Okay.
I think the Knights might have the breeze in the last quarter.
Throw in outer side of the ground, and De Koning playing well. Gets it down. There's Hogan again. Gets his kick smothered. They'll try and work it out of there and kick it down towards the centre. Intercept marked by Taylor. Jai Taylor. They get it down further afield. Half forward. Well judged. Wet Leslie. Just couldn't take the mark. Taps it in front. Got tackled. Play on's a call. He'll run on. Take the advantage. Takes 2 bounces. He'll straighten up towards centre half forward. Beautiful pass. And he's found Quigley. Quigley just inside the centre square. He'll go towards Flanders is looking for it. Now they'll go to the taller one. Oh, he's kicked it very wide. Breeze just took it out to the cameraman.
Kicked it to Kate Mitchell.
Katie Mitchell. Oh, he's kicked it out in the full as well.
Well,
Patterson there.
no, that's not out in the full.
That went way out in the full.
No, it's not out in the full. He hasn't gone
It
in yet.
actually never crossed the line.
Yeah, correct. It's a throw in.
Well, it's got to be one or the other. You take it back, or
Yeah, it's out of bounds.
it didn't cross the line.
That's right. You're dead right there. It's out of bounds.
Okay. Strange rules. The
Well,
AFL
cameramen are a bit undecisive.
have. I'm undecisive.
Well,
Throw
I'm a
in.
special comments man. I should know.
Very special. Out the back it goes. Oh, great feed out that time by Porter. Gets it out to Hogan. Oh, they run into trouble through Henkel. Out it goes. Oh, we've got Cox Edge there. He'll get it out. They'll kick long to the trouble spot. Patterson should intercept. Oh, bit of a dicky knee there. Or cramp. Patterson, he'll give off the handball this time. They'll kick long. Down towards centre wing. Over the back, Leslie had it. Thumped off his chest. I'll tap it towards the boundary side. Oh, good pick up that time and ran with it. Hope. He gets it out. And Hennis gets tied up with it. Cotter comes out with it. Working hard. Oh, Hogan does beautifully. Runs in and out
well
of trouble.
done.
Class playing. Just didn't read that breeze there. But how he got out of that area was really good play.
He's like Houdini.
Freeman to take it.
One thing they're doing right at the moment, the Power, they're restricting Dandenong's access to the goals. Ball paddled back towards the boundary line, and it's seen over play. No, high free kick given away on the boundary line there by Nance Cowan. And the Power will get the free kick. Defensive side of the broadcast wing. It's a floating kick. De Koning takes the mark just in front of our broadcast position. He'll dish the handball off to DeWitt up against the boundary line. Long ball inside attacking 50. Williams out the back. Couldn't get a hand to it. Power is all wrapped up, and eventually they drop it over the boundary line and out of play, and we'll throw it in. 12-10-82 Gippsland. Dandenong 10-6-66, approaching the 10-minute mark of the final term. That's all on the NG scoreboard and Technica time clock as the umpire hurls it back into play. High ball, Williams doing the ruck work. Power with the numbers. They get taken into the ground. Great tackle applied by Freeman. Causes a ball up just inside the 50-metre arc on the broadcast side.
They'll ball it up just inside 50. Tapped down. Taken by Taylor. Gives off the handball to Nanscowan. Oh, that ball's just going to go out in the fall with the breeze.
Oh.
And nearly took out a car down there, or it stayed in. But the kick will go to Masterson. He has to hurdle the fence and win his own ball back. And Masterson, he'll kick from the back pocket. And he'll go to boundary side, and it's going that way, thumped over the line. Clever kick in the end. And the ball will be thrown in 55 out from the Stingrays goal. De Koning up against Hennis. Giving away a few centimetres, Hennis. Good use of the body. They bring it down, Gippsland go forward, over the top it goes. Or they overrun it, slipped over, picked up nicely by Hamill. He got tackled a bit high. And there'll be a free kick to the crowd's disgust in front. I think it was there, Hamill. He'll go long. Goes a bit too boundary side for my liking, and the thump over the boundary line it goes. You've got to try and open it up here, Dandenong, and try and get it to the fat side a bit. Can't keep following this windy side of the ground. Gippsland doing well at the minute, just holding him up at the right stages. Hennis at the front, they get it down. Cotter gets it all, gets ridden into the ground by McEwen. Great tackling, and another ball up. So we're about 58 metres out. Hennis taps it out, Hunter Clark. They get it, they run with it, they can't quite get out of there. Now they do, Nanscowan gives off the handball backwards, and that's Taylor. Up they go, over the back, dangerous here. Good tackle. Oh, they've still got a shot on goal. The ball broke free and Bain puts it through. Did very well to follow up his work and put it through from 12 metres out.
Great persistence there. Just he had the momentum. Another bottom age boy too, not a lot of him, but he had the momentum and he broke the tackle, followed up and kicked low, long and hard. 11-6-72. The Dandenong Stingrays, they trail Gippsland Power, who are on 82.
Ball back in the middle to Koning. Almost won his own ball. On hands and knees, got a handball out of the contest. Lockie Young's all wrapped up. The umpire comes in and says, give it to me. On top of the centre circle here at Frankston Oval. Ball to the deck. Hogan. His kick was a little awkward going inside attacking 50. No mark taken. Stingrays, they've turned it over. Dersma puts it up towards the top of the square for the Power.
Oh.
Comes off hands. Around the body there. Hodge dribbles it through.
Definite contender for the AFL. Well, that was the AFL Draft Central goal of the day contender.
That was his second goal of the afternoon, Austin Hodge. And, gee, that was a good answering goal for Gippsland.
Yep,
back out to 16 points.
It's only one game still. It's a fantastic contest. Gippsland working into the breeze. They've got the margin, 16-point lead, and Dandenong with the breeze. It wouldn't take much to turn that around.
Next 5 minutes is pivotal.
Up they go. De Koning with the leap, thumps it forward. Out in front it goes. Centre square action. Just trying to work it out of there that was Bain. They get it to ground. Out to Beck. Beck for the Power. Gives it off to Drew. He'll go down towards half forward. Oh, great hands in front there. Brock Smith dishes it off. They get out the handball. And a great pass there by Motton. Finds his man out in front. And this time Hodge again. Could he be the match winner here? Lining up for his third. Aussie Hodge. And he's got to virtually kick it to the middle of the points here to get this goal. Right hand side. And Hodge comes in from 40 metres out, almost directly in front. Goes right, wobbles it, brings it back. Bit of a Stevie Kernahan, that one. Through the middle it goes. Hodge, class effort. 3 goals to Austin Hodge. And that is a big goal, 22 points the margin.
That's his 3rd goal for the afternoon. 14-10-94 on the NG scoreboard. 11-6-72 the Stingers. And almost 13 minutes in on the Technica time clock. Dandenong are going to get on their bikes.
One more for the Power, and I think it'd be enough. Ball got brought to the deck. Beck got dispossessed. Stingrays with an opportunity to go forward thanks to Murphy. It was an up and under kick. Comes off hands. Power again with the numbers. Beck on the outside. Fumbled it. Handballed it in front of himself. And then ends up with the footy. Centre wing broadcast side. Handball given inboard to Patterson. Gets turned over. Stingrays, oh, they've lost the footy again. Hands and knee stuff. Diving over the top was Cotter. The umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
Brock Smith again doing some good work. Another one of the youngsters for Gippsland.
Attacking side of the broadcast wing. Williams won it down. Drew, though, with a high kick towards the boundary line. And it will go out of play. Half forward flank broadcast side. For the Gippsland Power, kicking to the bay end of Frankston Oval in this final term, which is into the breeze, but they've got a healthy lead. 14-10-94 plays 11-6-72 on the NG scoreboard. We've just ticked over 14 minutes on the Technica time clock. Williams tried to go the punch, but it failed. Back on the deck. Over the top of it, Drew. The umpire circling. Going to say holding the footy, and a free kick going the way of Gippsland. They've got all the momentum in this final term. Kim Drew puts it up. Inside attacking 50 for the Power. Williams came in from the side. Got a hand to it. Brought it to ground. Huswaite in defence. Had to wheel around traffic. It was an up and under kick. Sitting underneath it, getting crunched was Patterson. And he'll get a free kick. Patterson plays on. Goes long. Back inside attacking 50 for Gippsland. Punch from behind there from Frampton. Ball over the boundary line and out of play.
Gippsland will be happy with that.
Yep.
A little bit of push and
of
shove.
altercation there, because Freeman ended up face down in that last one. Throw in. Forward pocket for Gippsland. Williams at the front. Brings it to ground. Can't quite break away. Now Danny have the ball. He'll kick to the long boundary, and it should go over the top. Darcy with a big fist forward. This is dangerous. Masterson leads in the race for it. Picks it up, goes boundary side. Does well to get it off to Hennis. He gets tackled with it. They do well again. Drew gets it. Had a lot of the footy. Oh, he runs into trouble and gets caught. Good tackle by Tommy Murphy. Murphy. He's given it the other way to his teammate who tackled as well. Now this is Finley Bain. Finley, go left, Finley. He does. A little bit that way. Up to De Koning. Takes the mark. He's 55 out. He might fancy himself here. Play on's a call. He's got to go to the square. He kicks high. Brings it back. Not far enough at the moment. Over the back it goes. Falls to ground. Underneath it, Clark trying to bring it through.
Be holding them. All right.
The umpire will ball it up 10 metres out. Big play here for Dandenong. Ball up. Hennis grabs it out of the ruck, kicks it forward. Play on's a call. Anybody's ball. Here we go. We've got a snap on by Huswaite. Puts it through.
Got it.
That's the goal they need at Dandenong. Huswaite on the left. Kicks his 3rd for the day. And this is interesting now. 12-6-78 to 14-10, 94, 16-point margin. We are 17 minutes into this final quarter, and just getting a sniff now, Dandenong. That's a big goal.
Need another one quick. As the sun bathes Frankston Oval, Williams tried to flip it over the back. Dersma came through, but lost it, and now it's all wrapped up. Hogan was the last one to receive the footy then, and then got claimed. So ball up on the edge of the centre circle. Williams taps it down. Dersma, kick around his body towards half forward. Works out well. High ball inside 50 from Flanders. No one takes the mark. It's kicked along the carpet by the Power. Leading the race there is Henkel. Keeps it in play but lost it. Stingrays get a clearing kick out of defence. Mark taking it half back. They come towards the broadcast side with a spinning helicopter click. Clark came over the back, didn't take the mark but received the handball. Goes inside attacking 50 with the kick where Darcy takes the mark. Yes.
That was a perfect kick by Hunter Clark. Just beautifully measured, great length. Had Darcy at the rear there of his opponent and picked him out beautifully. And is this an important kick for goal?
This will make things very, very interesting. So I think it's the 18 or 19 minute mark on the Technica time clock. Darcy comes in. Right foot kick on its way. The goal umpire moved a long way. That's because it went through for a minor score. 12-7-79 plays, 14-10-94. Stingrays need to lock it in here, Rick.
Now Gippsland through, they'll kick through the ball here, and that was Leslie, kicks it long, trying to get a kick out of defence, but it favours Dandenong. They run onto it here, they've got numbers, should be able to kick it towards half forward. Nice mark in the sun there, having a good last quarter. Bain, he's 55 out. He's just got to kick it to the top of the square. He brings it that direction. Up they go. Oh, the mark wasn't taken. Dandy get numbers back. Out to Nance Cowan. He got tackled with it. Play on's a call and there'll be a ball up. And they're 25 out from goal.
North Melbourne by 4 points according to the scoreboard.
They won.
Yep.
No, it's still going.
No, they won.
They've won.
They've won. Up they go now. We've got about 35 out from goal.
Gee, it's going to be hard to get the #1 draft pick if you keep winning, Rick.
We haven't won for ages. Anyway, out it comes. Oh, holding the ball. And this will go Gippsland Power's way.
Just ticking past 20 minutes here. 15 points the difference. I think I'd like to be on in the power camp, Rick.
Yeah, they can control the play a bit more, but Danny, get one here that'll be a close finish.
Oh.
Gee. He went up a bit early, Williams. And this will go to Hennis. He's been good. Duelled hard in the ruck. So Hennis goes long towards the boundary. Underneath us here, up they go. Thumped away by Quigley, out of bounds it goes. Right in the huddle there. Interchange area for Gippsland. Watch this throw in, Crooksy. Underneath us. And they throw it in to the front. Dersma gets it out. Nice mark by Taylor. He bombs it long to DeConning. Up they go. Comes to ground. Underneath it there, Bain. Paddles it forward. Just can't break away. Now DeConning kicks it towards the goal square. We've got a mark to Darcy. Bustles his opponent out of the way. Runs back quickly. And he'll want to kick this one. 21.5 minutes gone. 79 plays 94. 15 points the difference.
Going for his third.
Darcy is 25 metres out directly in front. Just has to kick it. And kicks it low and kicks the goal. That's his third. 9 points the difference.
Oh, we've got the close one.
In. We have got the close one, and we sense this.
We tipped this.
Cameramen have got the shakes. Just keep it straight.
Everyone's nervous. They've got a bit of a track record, the camera people. The last time they had a close one, we won at VFL last week. Don't say that. Don't put touch wood.
Don't
put
mention
the rock on it.
28 minutes.
Not at all. I think it's almost not. It's 22 minutes in.
Ball back underway in the middle. De Koning fists it forward for Dandenong, but it's all wrapped up. The umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. On the edge of the centre circle, favouring the Stingrays. Tap, though, goes the way of the Power.
Oh,
Good
well
intercept there by Motton. Dersma kicks it out of the contest, racing towards the boundary line. It'll go out of play in front of Bailey Patterson. We'll throw it in centre wing, broadcast side. 23 gone, final term on the Technica time clock. 14:10.94 plays 13:7.85. Gippsland in front on the NG scoreboard. De Koning tapped it into the hands of Cotter. Put it towards half forward. No mark taken. Beck coming through. Fed the ball by hand to Porter. Porter kick around the body. Turned it over Plumridge. Turned it over again. Dersma receives it. Kicks it inside, attacking 50 for Gippsland. Just out of reach there for Quigley and over the boundary line and out of play on the 50-metre arc. Broadcast side for the Power. The umpire puts it back into play. Half forward flank. Broadcast side for Gippsland. Henkel wins the tap down. Dersma again receives the footy. His kick, though, is smothered by Huswaite. And it's back over the boundary line and out of play.
Time, the enemy of Dandenong.
Umpire puts it back in. De Koning slaps it down. The handball was almost intercepted there by Bain, but he fumbled.
He's done a lot of the ruck work today, hasn't he? Played a really good game. Got first hand on it a lot of the time. So De Koning will go up against Henkel this time. It favours Henkel, goes over the back. Nanscowan with the handball over the top to Hunter Clark. He slips over, gives off a beautiful handball. Oh, his player there spun into trouble. Plumridge got it out. Play on's a call. Masterson with the hand. Drew, he's been good. Gets it up. Oh, big fly by Sarong. Couldn't quite gather it. He's got an amazing leap, the little fella. And there'll be a throw in underneath the commentary. Spending a bit of time here at the moment.
25 minutes in.
Gippsland just hanging on. They're doing the work. Ball thrown in. No one gets it. Now they crash through the pack. Nanscowan gets it out to Cotter. He plays on, gives off the handball. Little socket tactics, that time by Patterson, but it falls in the hands of Davies on the intercept. They're on the burst here. DeWitt runs to centre wing, kicks to half forward. They're getting back. Oh, well done. Oh, he played on there, Hennis. He had the mark. They get it out now through Taylor. They kick it back towards full forward. Underneath it here, De Koning gets it down to the front. Play on's a call. Kick smothered there. Dandenong get back in numbers. Trying to work it out of the problem area. Now they can't quite get it away, but eventually it settles down by going out of bounds. And we're about 35 metres out. Probably the best side of the ground to be for Dandenong. And the throw in will occur. Big minute or two here. This will decide the game. Falls short to the front. They rode well there. Blaine gets it, dribbles it towards the boundary line. I think it might have just stayed in before it went out.
That's not the siren. That's it's a siren, but it's not the siren.
Problems in Frankston at the minute. And a lot of problems for Dandenong if they don't get one here. Up they go. Williams taps it forward. They get it out the front to Murphy. Paddles it forward and kicks for goal. Just offline.
Oh.
Did well to get it onto the boot. Through from behind. That's 8 points the difference. 27 minutes in.
Hit the boundary line.
Can't
over
really
this
do
side,
that
Rick.
these days because they'll ping you straight away. But anyway, Coxhead's got it. he's going to kick from full back, and he'll kick to the defensive side of the
Good
ground.
kick, good
He weighted
kick.
it nicely over the back. They're going out of bounds. I don't think that was touched
No.
in the
No, it
play.
wasn't.
And it'll be paid a free kick now. Definitely was no hand on that one. And Murphy's going to bring it back. He'll go towards the top of the square, you'd imagine. Try and straighten it up a little.
Got to centre it.
And he does that, but he's a fair way out where he's kicked it. Over the back, we've got a snap on goal by Hunter Clark, and he's put it through.
He's got it.
Across his body, beautiful goal. And that is a fantastic effort by Hunter Clark. And have we got a game on our hands? 2 points the difference. We sensed this. It just wasn't enough of a lead, but Dandenong throwing at everything at it. And the Power holding on grimly. 2 points the margin, 92 to 94. Power lead. 28 minutes into this final quarter. And DeConing goes into the ruck. Let's see what happens with this ruck tap out.
He'll be going up against Henness. Big moment in the match. Umpire settles himself. Comes in, puts it into the air. DeConing with the leap, fists it forward for the Stingrays. No one could take clean possession of it, and it stacks on the mill. We'll ball it up. Still inside the centre square here at Frankston Oval. Umpire clears a bit of room, puts it back into the air. DeConing flicked it over the back. Power almost with a clean possession. Hogan dives in over the top of the footy. Cotter there as well, trying to extract it. We'll ball it up. Just attacking side of the broadcast wing for the Stingrays. About to tick over the 30-minute mark of the final term. Hogan coming through, got claimed, spun his way out of traffic, got the handball away. Henness over the top. Opens an opportunity for Beck, but he fumbled and he slapped it straight into the hands of Huswaite. Long ball inside attacking 50, bounces past everyone and will go over the boundary line and out of play.
Here we go.
Darcy immediately giving the ball to the boundary umpire there. Will throw it in. Williams to go up against Henness. Deep inside attacking 50 for the Stingrays. They trail by 2 points. Final siren imminent. Ball on the deck. Stingrays with the numbers. Clark centering ball into the corridor. No mark taken. Tackled applied by the Power. Hogan coming through. Gets a clearing kick out of defence. Will take one bounce and over the boundary line and out of play.
How good was that by Hogan?
Hogan's been fantastic today. Shown a lot of aggression, but in the packs, but also class. Underneath us here, important play. There wouldn't be long to go.
Could he be the hero?
He could be.
He could be. Ball to be thrown in, almost centre wing. And with the hand on it, Henness gets it to the front.
Too
Bit of a high
high.
tackle. Yep, the umpire was onto it. And they'll take the free kick to Power. Carroll's got it. Liam Carroll, he'll stick to the boundary, you'd think. He'll take his time. Now the umpire's saying play on. And he plays on and kicks long. Did well, got it deep.
Oh,
Wrong.
beauty!
It's set on their heads.
Up
and
there,
taken
Kazali.
A footyprofit.com mark of the day. And so wrong. What an exciting player. And there he is. That is the game. Gippsland are the winners. Tremendous game of footy here at Frankston Oval. And that was 14-10-94 to 14-8-92. What was a nail-biter with plenty of high marks and plenty of action.
Fantastic game of footy. I'll just turn them on for you, Rick, so we don't get all that other stuff going on. There we go. And what a great game of footy, just decided by 2 points. And 14-10-94 to 14-8-92 in trying conditions. As take that one. There you go. He's taken all my goal kickers, Matt, so that's going to make it easy for me. Have you got some goal?
I do. Three goals to Campbell, Huswaite and Riley Darcy. This is for Dandenong. 2 goals to John Anscowan and Hunter Clark, and singles to Finley Bain, Tom DeConing, Tom Murphy, Mitch Cotter. And that's it for Gippsland. we've got 3 apiece to Hodge, Flanders and Sarong. 2 to Xavier Dersma, and singles to Hogan, Kim Drew, Rylan Henkel, and that's it for Gippsland Power, who were victors today by 2 points in a great game of footy here at Frankston Oval.
It is, and in what, obviously challenging conditions for players, umpires and commentators setting up here. It hasn't been easy. I just thought that the skills on display were very, very good. Now out on the ground for footyprofit.com.au is Rick.
Yeah, I got Billy Hogan with us, Crooksy.
All right, no worries.
We ready to rock?
We're ready to rock and roll, Rick.
Now, our mate Crooksy was nicknaming you Hogan's Heroes there, Nick. No, it was a great game by you personally, but what a win to the Power. That win was difficult.
Yeah, it was. We definitely needed that. We've lost a couple in a row, so that one definitely is going to help us come forward.
And what was your role today, mate? You seem to be under the packs, but burst through a bit. What sort of role did you have to play?
Yeah, just sort of an inside midfield role. Just take the footy pretty much and just try and get it forward as much as I can. Put blocks and do the team things. Yeah.
And how was the feeling in the camp at three-quarter time? You only had a 10-point lead, and it was a pretty strong win.
Yeah, Brownie just said, we got the against the win this quarter, and he just said, like, if we just keep attacking it, doing everything right, the rest will come for us, and that's what we did. And, yeah, we got the result in the end.
And there were some crunch times in the match where you really stood up, where in that second quarter Dandenong got away from you, you pegged it back a bit, and it was pleasing to see. And in that last quarter when it was on the line, you did the right thing.
Yeah, exactly. As I just said, yeah, Brownie and just told us, we just got to keep working. No matter what happens, we just got to keep attacking every day, and then the rest will come from there, and that's what we did. Yeah.
All right, mate. Congratulations on a great win to the Power, and go and enjoy it with your teammates.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Well done, Nick Hogan, Crooksy. We might have Caleb. Where's Caleb? Sarong. Caleb.
There we go, he's a young fella.
One of the young 16-year-olds in the Gippsland Power side this afternoon. And
out on the ground for footyprofit.com.au, Rick Morris speaking
yeah,
to
I'll
Caleb
bring
Sarong.
Caleb out to the front over here, mate. Caleb, how's it feel playing your first game of TAC Cup footy?
Oh, unreal. The intensity and everything was crazy compared to what I'm used to. So, great challenge, and it was awesome. Yeah.
And you're a bit of a high flyer. You're no taller than me, mate, but I couldn't get up half as high as you do. Is that something you practice, or it's just naturally?
I think I get a few flukes every now and then, so I'll take it when it comes.
Yep. And the feeling around the camp throughout the game, you just seemed positive the whole day, Gippsland.
Yeah, our pressure was awesome, and that was a huge focus for us earlier before the game with Brownie, just focusing on our tackling and our pressure and our intensity. So for it to come off, it was really good.
Well, congratulations, mate. You definitely made an impact in your first game of under-18 TAC Cup footy, and hopefully we can see you for many games to come.
No worries, thank you. Cheers.
All the best. Well done, mate.
Good stuff,
Well done, boys.
All right, the team's just just tell them where to go, Rick. Tell them to go in the room and sing their song. He's doing, and then come back with me team sheets. Very good. Well done to the Power boys. They've done a great job there today, and they'll go into the rooms under the grandstand here. Very appreciative crowd too.
keeps their finals hopes alive too, the Gippsland Power.
Absolutely. Absolutely it does.
Lost it the last couple of games, but back in contention.
I'll tell you who else played well. You might not know her, Matt, but that lady walking across the ground there is Barb, the timekeeper. So she's the one that delivered the final victory. Here they go. very happy camp, and congratulations to them. Very pleased for the Gippy Power. They've had a